Hi, I am Kara858, and today we'll bring you a special Rivenwood Academy one-shot. We don't have too many announcements besides one huge announcement for the Cookout TTRPGs. One of our campaigns we just recently released on Wednesday called Gods of Color has just had a Die Hard Dice set released. It's called the Prismatic Pantheon. They are absolutely gorgeous. And this is the first time we've ever had a dice set sold for one of our products. We're excited to be able to bring this to you. You should be able to find the link in the description section below. And if you use the promo code COOKOUT, that can give you 10% off your order for these dice. So I think it's about time that everyone can be able to roll like a demigod. With that, that's the only announcement that we have for today. We're just going to transition right into this beautiful story of these unique characters. So with that, Aaron, take it away.
So quick, we get to jump right into it. Excellent. Mm-hmm. All right. So in our normal series of events, all of our lovely little students from Rivenwood Academy are currently in Therentamiel, having just rescued Ardris's mother. They're talking about all sorts of important things that are happening in the wider world that they themselves have not seen. Well, for our little one-shot, we're actually going to zoom into something that is happening elsewhere in the world. We travel over to Dolendorn above, where we're on the southern trade route that runs most of the continent. Right on the seaside, and we see a group of mercenaries in a tavern called the Yellow Dog in a small trading outpost called Nabari. I would like really quickly, if you can just give me your name, your race, maybe a very brief physical description so people can kind of get a mental image of what you look like. Let's start with Jonah.
All right, hi everybody. My name is Jonah Underwood. I am a half-orc paladin, ancients paladin, and he's about, I would say, he's pretty tall, like 6'5", built. He does have a cowboy hat, but he likes to just keep it off. He's got slick back hair, and he's got a little earring. It's a little feather. And right now he doesn't have his horse, but bring that out later.
Very nice, very nice. Jonah's going to be the hardest one because I will film my accent slipping into that all the time. I already know. Stilton, you're next at the bar getting your grub on.
Yes, well, hello everyone. I am Stilton Rue. I am a goblin who works as a tailor and noticed that all adventurers seem to have tacky wares they go on adventures, so I decided to add a little style and flair to the adventuring lifestyle. So you will see a goblin with green skin wearing a particularly nice suit with a single earring in one ear.
Oh, we got a theme going for earrings. Wonderful. Excellent. Sasteel.
Hello, dudettes and dudettes. My name is Sasteel. I'm the ocean blue-skinned simic hybrid with long kind of scales that go down the top of his head, protecting his neck. And I'm here to make sure these people don't do anything truly stupid.
An ambitious goal, to say the least. Jaded?
Hi. So you see Jaden, he has slick back hair, he has a goatee, he's a bit older, maybe in his late 20s, early 30s. He's an Asabar. He is a little smooth, a little whiskey that he's sipping on, looking around at the group.
Oh man, you're making me feel older with that comment. Cynthia.
Cynthia has long black hair with a couple of leaves strewn about inside it. Soft features with sharp eyes, snug leather armor, and a longbow that she keeps slung at the ready. Only other sort of like jewelry or accentuation is a small silver necklace.
Very nice. So the five of you are sitting around a table. You've just procured your place for the night.
You skipped Ari.
Yeah, skipped Ari.
I haven't skipped her. She's coming.
Oh, okay.
All of you are sitting at a table, having just gotten your beds for the night. In walks Etienne. Ari, if you can explain your characters.
Etienne is not the tallest out of the bunch, being an elf. He's slender built, long brown hair pulled back in a bow, or in a blue ribbon, and he's just got kind of like this cocky little smile on his face because he went out for a walk and he's feeling pretty good about himself.
Yeah, Etienne is known for his habit of taking walks when you guys are doing things, and has just come back from one. You are all sitting down, you're finishing up your food, getting ready to go to bed. Like I said, you've made quite a bit of coin on your last little adventure together. So for the first time in a while, you're feeling pretty financially secure, maybe? Like you didn't have to all like cram into one room and like divvy up the floor kind of thing. Like everyone's got their own room tonight. You know what I mean? And it's just as you're getting ready to go up to bed and to take your long rest and plan out what happens next, that a woman, I would say runs into the room, except as you take in her appearance, you realize she's not actually touching the ground. But a Durgar woman, that's the deep dwarf woman with silvery shaded like braids that join the braids of her beard. She's wearing long robes, so you can't really see much of the clothing that she's wearing, except for, like I said, you can tell she's floating rather than walking. As she comes in, she has a look of extreme worry and a little bit of panic on her face. And she's looking around and she's like, "Can you help me? Please." Any of
Jonah would be the first one to come up. Yes, darling, what you need? You look...
Yeah, my son is gone. I need your help, please.
Your son?
Yes, he was at we were at the carnival, and we got separated, and now I cannot find him.
All right, well, I'm gonna assume he looks like you.
No. He's Sniff Neblin.
Uh-huh.
Which you know are like the deep gnomes.
Yeah.
Small. His name is Samrish.
So, I'll remember that.
Ambrish, she was saying.
Samrish.
Samrish.
Yeah.
Okay.
His name is Samrish. I don't know what to do because I don't know if I should wait here or if I should go.
Guys, come over here real quick. This is trying to call everybody over.
Stilton will come on over.
What do you need? What do you need over here?
Jada comes over, but with their glass.
Stilton got one hand on his glass with the pinky up.
Yep, with the pinky up.
Is this what it's like when Kira doesn't play a child? I see. Yeah. Again, she looks super worried. She's very like upset. She's kind of flitting from person to person, and each time she's just like, "No, you don't understand. My son. We were together. We were at a carnival, and then I lost sight of him for just a moment, and I can't find him."
Any idea?
Don't worry about it.
Oh, y'all go ahead.
Don't worry about it. We'll take care of that for you. When did you lose him? Was it a few moments ago? An hour ago? A day ago? What area were you in?
The carnival is not very far from the town. On the road, we were there. He was beside me. And then he was gone, and I asked around the carnival. I did not find any information. And I heard, I was looking for a guard, but they don't have town guards here. So I was looking for a guard, and then I heard about you, and I have no idea what accent I'm doing. I'm just going to go with it wherever it goes. I heard about you, and it's vaguely German now. Yeah. I don't know where it's going.
It transitioned. It's okay.
It's going to be coming. It'll be German here in a bit. Just give me a minute. Some people who said that you were in town, they said maybe you could help.
Oh yeah. Oh, I think we're down to help, right, y'all?
Oh,
Absolutely.
What type of establishment doesn't have town guards? They just take their whiskey.
I do need to
Well,
know,
some
however, do
people-
you have a name, madam?
Oh, yeah. Yes, I'm Forver Windshift.
Oh, Lord Aaron.
For Vera, like Forvera.
Vera. Okay.
Windshifts.
Wind shift? Okay.
It's wind shift in English.
Okay. Wind shift. Okay.
Or common, as the case may be.
Yeah.
Woo,
Yeah.
okay.
My wife is in Keptal, which you would know is the capital, or is the capital city of Dolindorn below. And you also know that there is an entrance to Dolindorn below, close by. So this is like the first trading post that kind of on the south side of this nation is where Dolindorn above and below do trade.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah. And so I mean, she is there and I'm here. I can wait for him here if I don't.
Well, I think
If
what
you-
would help is
Yes.
if you lead us to where you last saw or where you were with your son.
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. I can do this.
Perhaps on the way you could give me a specific description of the boy?
Yes, of course. So she takes you out. Like I said, this is a small trading outpost. No town guard. There's just like this inn is kind of the place here, and then there's a whole bunch of different like seasonal shops, basically. Like as trade comes through, stuff opens up. As trade dries up, it closes during harvest season or whatever. Things change a lot around here.
Okay.
So
Tourist town.
well, less tourist, more trade, but like
Okay.
very dependent upon like what time of the year is it?
A seasonal trade town.
Yeah, so
trade down, okay.
we are in kind of the off season, as it were. So it's a pretty ghost town kind of place. But she leads you out. You wander through. It's getting almost dusk. It's getting pretty dark, and in the distance you can see the lights of a carnival. There is this awesome carnival going, or it's a traveling circus and carnival. And she takes you through to the like past a bunch of the tents and stuff where they are finishing putting up some stuff for the night. Most of it is all over, and she guides you to where the main stage kind of is. And it's still up because they're going to hold a couple more days of this, but they're kind of putting away the extra paraphernalia. And there you see in front of you a tiefling who is helping putting all of this stuff up. And she's like, I was here. Samrich was here, and she gives you a full description of what he looks like. I mean, if you know what a deep gnome looks like, it looks kind of generic, you know what I mean? Like, it's hard, you're like, what was my kid wearing kind of thing when you're trying to describe, you're like, oh, he was a blue shirt and, all of that. But she gives you enough information that you think if you saw Samrich, you'd be able to identify him.
Okay.
And then she kind of like, after she finishes showing you where she was and is like looking around at where they're packing everything up, you see her just like starting to tear up because like it's hitting her right now that like if she was gonna just spot him, she could easily do it right here. There's nothing to be like.
Jonah will kneel down to her and is like, it's all right. We're gonna find him. It's gonna be okay.
Are there any birds in the general vicinity?
Yeah, there's a couple, like, you're close enough to the sea that there's a couple of, like, seabirds that nest a little further inland that would be starting to roost for the night.
Now's the time where you get to deal with this. I would like to go speak to one of the seagulls.
All right, cool. Excellent. I can't even do an accent that I'm attempting to do on purpose, and now I got to do a bird. Let's do this. All right, so you wander to find a bird. Go ahead and make a nature check for best bird to find, I guess. While you're doing that, Jonah, Forvera looks at you and is like, I appreciate your help. I am obviously very worried. Very worried.
Oh, I can tell by the look on your face, but we're gonna find him and we're gonna bring him back to you. I promise.
While you're talking to her, go and roll an insight check.
Gotcha.
Jade is going to present their whiskey and just say, "Here, you're going to need this more than I will," and just slide it forward.
She just kind of takes it like
no.
she's pretty small, so like it feels like a pretty big cup in her hands, and she's like, "Thank you." Oh,
Bottoms up now. Don't drink it all at once. It's high quality, you see.
Oh yes.
Jade, you didn't have to give her all that right now.
I will sip it. Yes, I will.
Really, Jaden, not everyone can hold their liquor.
Cynthia, what'd you
Better be
get for
taking a nap
that?
then.
Well, she might end up taking a nap with all that you just gave her. Cynthia, what'd you get for that nature check?
14.
14. Yeah, I mean, it doesn't take too long to find a seagull, and you pop on over to it and get its attention, I think, easily enough. You cast Speak with Animals or whatever? Or do you speak Aven? I don't know what you got.
I cast Speak with Animals.
Okay. This seagull just kind of comes down to the ground, looks at you, and is like, "What's a word to you?"
Well,
I take fried potatoes. I take extra food. You give me something, I give you something.
You did not just make Otis the bird.
just to clarify, how long are we planning to spend in the area?
I don't know.
I mean, like generally
find the
speaking, generally speaking, are we like normally in this inn, or like, have we been here for weeks now, or?
No. You guys just arrived in town today, but you could stay here for a number of days. Like, you don't have the next job lined up, basically.
Well, I suppose it's worth 3 days worth of fried potatoes to me. Do you know what days are?
Sounds like a trick. You give me something, I give you something.
Then I give you something tomorrow and the next day.
Prove it.
I don't suppose that I literally am carrying fried potatoes on me.
You know what? I am feeling incredibly generous. Roll me a d20. If you get a 10 or above, you have fried potatoes left over from your food.
That's a natural 20.
You know what? You have like 3 days worth of fried potatoes. You were doing the thing at the table where you're just like putting it in your pocket. So Cynthia will hand over one set of it today, and then in one hand she'll take half of the rest, and in the other hand half of the rest tomorrow, the next day. All right. What do you want?
Have you or any of your friends seen a small boy? He would be a bit different than most people.
Oh,
and
yeah, I see boys all the time.
She will describe the specific.
I mean, lots of people moving around. Sometimes they like to come to the sea, see the fish, the birds. We're pretty good to look at. Have I seen a boy who looks like that? Yeah, probably. I mean, are you gonna give me the potatoes if I say no?
Yes.
Oh, okay. I've seen a lot of boys, and my understanding of time is pretty
flawed.
Limited is what the word I was gonna go for, but yeah. I'm generally aware that yesterday's a thing, and today's a thing, and tomorrow's a thing. Outside of that, they're all kind of things,
So this boy, and then describing like the specific features of, I don't suppose that deep gnomes are especially common here, or are they?
Well, they're more common than they would be in other places because of the trading outpost. Like elsewhere, you wouldn't see them as much, but here, and there's one other spot in the north where there's lots of trade, they're more commonly out.
Well, those specifics definitely she would describe.
I guess I'll roll a perception check for a seagull. Give me a second. See if they have any chance of having actually seen this boy. Yeah, I saw a boy. Yeah, he was at the carnival.
Did you see where he went after the carnival? I can only see from the ground. You can see from the skies.
It's true. It's one of the benefits of being a seagull.
It is.
You know? I mean, he's playing with some little girls. Or I guess they were little girls. I get confused about, like, the horns and stuff, but...
Naturally.
I mean, he's playing with other of the small ones. Do you know that some of you people that walk on two legs are real big and some of you are real small?
Yes.
All right. Can I have a fry? Sick. He doesn't have a lot more to tell you. He saw a boy fitting this description, but like he wasn't tracking the boys, so he doesn't necessarily know where he went.
Well, but we know that he was playing with some little girls, so it's possible that some of them would know.
True.
If we could discover who the local neighborhood children are.
You definitely did gain some information.
She would try to pat the seagull and say, "See you tomorrow."
Oh, yeah. If you don't come back, your promises don't mean nothing.
I'll be back.
All right. I'll be the one that's good looking. You know, there's a lot of seagulls right here. I'm primo.
Okay.
I could just roleplay the seagull for the rest of the night, but I'm gonna let him fly off.
Let the roast of Otis. I can't do it.
You know what? Some people are just close to your heart, and that's what comes out when you open your mouth to make a seagull. You know. Back to the rest of the party. What'd you get on the insight check, Jonah?
I got an 18.
18's pretty good. She's definitely worried that her son is gone. For sure. 1,000%. Like, there's no deception in there at all.
Mm-hmm.
On the other hand, she does seem to also be more afraid, maybe, than you would expect for someone whose kid's been missing for a relatively short amount of time.
Mm. Alright. So he also is going to try and take that whiskey away from her. This woman is grieving. She don't need that right now.
Whiskey works for everything. What? And then at least give it back. And he'll grab it from Jonah.
Jaden is not the time.
Yeah, he'll grab it from Jonah. He was like, hey, more for me. And he'll take a sip.
You just need some fine H2O there, all right? Just some good old water. You don't need any of that swill that Jaden likes to drink. Now, shall we get to work helping this fine lady out?
I'm working on it, Old Bean.
I want you all go over and start asking about this little boy, but I want to talk to you first, man.
Yes, if I can help at all.
I can see the worry on your face. I can. But you seem scared, almost.
Oh. My wife is in a position of power in our capital city below. And I was approached by some men who wanted my help. And I said no. And now I don't know where my son is. Completely lost the German. It was there for a second, then it left it.
So you think that these men who you said no to took your son?
I mean, it's difficult to say. I think that my wife and I are very busy and influential people.
Mm-hmm.
Unfortunately, that means that we have our enemies.
Well, we'll do what we can. I would suggest you go wait back at that tavern we were all at.
Yes, okay. Okay, yes. I can wait there, and then when should I expect that you'll return?
Well, ma'am, we're gonna have to be looking probably around this carnival, maybe even go down to Doolendorn below.
Oh. If you need to go to Doolendorn below, God, Jesus. The words that just came out of my mouth. If you need to go down, I have friends who can help you.
All right. Well, we'll mention that we're looking for you for something for you.
Just let me know if you're going down, and I will arrange for the help.
All right.
Please let me know you never have to voice this woman again. All right. She takes off back to the tavern. You know what's bad is, like, I am learning German, and every once in a while I just want to say German. It would probably still be that bad of an accent in German, just so everyone's very clear about my language abilities here.
I suck.
God. Nightmare. Okay, she takes off. While Jonah was having this conversation and Cynthia was having her conversation with Ziegel, for the rest of you guys, you're kind of investigating the carnival. Was there anything specific you were looking for?
Can Stilton make a history check for the history of the carnival to see if, like, he knows anything about it, annual, or are there places that particularly attract the children as, like, attractions?
Oh, yeah, sure. Roll history. Let's see what you figure out.
Okay. On it.
Etienne's looking for, like, gnome child tracks in the dirt, like to see if maybe he could pick up.
Interesting. Make a survival check.
Oh no.
That's a dirty 20 for Stilton. Oh, go ahead, Ree.
Sastile is looking for any traces of any suspicious activity or people in the area.
Are we talking like perception? Like, are you going for an overview?
And he's doing an investigation.
Okay, cool. Roll investigation for me, and we'll just kind of get those in order. So let's start with Stilton. You have
20.
a dirty 20 for your history. Traveling circuses and performances are fairly common, especially on this road because it's a main travel road that runs the length of the continent on the south side. This particular circus is pretty well known and pretty well beloved. They go through this area quite a bit. Trying to think, like, if you would recognize the circus itself.
Stilton is like 30, so.
How often would you say you're in this area, though?
His adventuring career is actually relatively recent, so. He would have been around because he started off in Doolendorn below. So if he was out there doing something, like, I can see here being called away for like a trade efforts, or if he has to do an exchange because of his background as a merchant. So I can see him frequenting that for like deliveries and stuff like that, frequenting the route. But it's your call.
Ooh, I mean, it's very interesting. It's right on the corner, but you got like a natural or a dirty 20, right?
Yeah, it's a dirty 20. 14 plus 6.
Give me just a sec. See if I
Problem.
can give you anything outside of these. Trying to remember which of the 8 million documents I have open has the information I want to. So, well, I'm going to say that you probably don't know this one in particular necessarily. Like you know of many that have come through, but like you don't recognize anything as being like, oh yeah, I have been to this particular circus before.
Okay. You don't recognize the specific couple. Okay.
Yeah. Etienne, what'd you roll for your survival?
17. Better than I expected.
17. That is better than you expect. As you go through, like, it's very hard to follow very many tracks through here because it was very crowded at one point. I mean, not like packed like you would have in a city or something like that, but like lots of people moving around. You do see some tracks go back towards the town. Some tracks go down the road to the west, and some tracks go north to the it's affectionately called the Slide, the entrance to Dolan Dornbelow. So you would say it's probably one of those 3 directions. You don't think anyone took off in a different way. Castile?
I rolled a 21.
Nice. As you're looking around, you don't see anyone who's looking shifty or tricksy or like, you know, oh, you have a guilty conscience and I can read it on you or something like that. You do see several of these people who are clearing things up that you could talk to. There is a, like I said, a tiefling who's working next to the main stage and putting stuff up. He seems to have some sort of like authority because he's kind of directing other people like, hey, do this, do that. You also see around the back side of that, there's some wagons, and you see some children running around. You don't yet know that that's a thing, but when you connect up with Cynthia, y'all might decide that that's something to look into. But yeah, you don't see anyone like skulking or sneaking, or it should be like, oh, I don't, you know.
All right, I'll try and talk to one of the shop workers.
You're gonna go up to the guy in charge?
Yes.
All right. So you walk up to this tall, blue-skinned tiefling. He's got long red hair that's currently up in a bun with a beard and a mustache. He's got pretty cool jewelry, including a septum piercing, and he's wearing a long-sleeved brown shirt, dark brown pants. And like I said, right now he's kind of directing everyone over. He's pretty, like, broad, pretty broadly built, a little bit older. He looks like he's pushing too close to 50. And as he turns around, he sees you and is like, oh man, what did it make him sound like? This is the kind of stuff that you should prep as a DM that is always really hard to bring back up. Hello, my friend. Welcome to... Neri, do you remember the name of your circus? I've been trying to look it up for this whole time. Tell me the name of the circus.
It's the Greenleaf Troop.
Thank you. Welcome to the Greenleaf Troop Traveling Circus. How can I help you? I'm Victor.
Nice to meet you. It's been a while since I've been to any circus, but unfortunately I'm not here on pleasant business. I'm looking for a young child that's gone missing. You heard anything about that?
Oh, I am incredibly sad to hear about this. I spoke with Miss, her name is like Win something. I spoke to her earlier and she told me about her child. We have looked around to try and figure out what's happened, but So far, we have not found them yet. But always, absolutely welcome for helping us to find the lost child. If there is anything, you absolutely can look around, speak to many of these. Hey, get down from there. Get down from there. You see him gesturing over to a child who was climbing up one of the poles, just sheepishly trying to climb down. Many of them are my children, so if they're behaving in a bad way, you can tell them that I said that they should stop, yes?
Of course. But I was more wanting to know if you've seen anyone acting strangely recently.
I mean, it is a small crowd this time. It's kind of not the right season for a lot of these, but recently we had to go all the way up to the Tulesian dynasty, and it is kind of put our schedule out of whack, if you know what I'm saying. But there was a couple of faces I didn't recognize. The elves who live underground. But I don't know a lot of them. So maybe they're just new patrons to the circus. Quite a bit of fishermen.
You know where they've gone?
I would imagine back to their homes. Not a lot of places to stay. There is an inn though over there, the yellow cat or something.
Anything else that strikes you as strange around here?
I think it is interesting. I heard stories as we are traveling that recently a bunch of other travelers came through, a bunch of children. They said that maybe they are even a part of Rivenwood Academy, which is, of course, a very big problem for me because this is where my daughter is. But I don't know. I haven't heard anything officially. Seems like the roads are a little bit busy, you know what I'm saying? Like something's happening.
Well, I haven't heard of this academy, but if there's anything important about it, I suppose I'll let you know if I hear anything, assuming you do the same for my little question.
Of course. I find out where the child is, I tell you. You find out where my child is, you tell me, yes?
Us working together makes everything work so much smoother.
Excellent. You see my child, you'll know her immediately. Beautiful long ears. She has the most amazing wit, and also she's very skilled. You should see her in a sword fight.
Oh, well then I would love to see if I can cross blades with her one of these days. It might be a learning experience for me.
Sure. I think that I will bet on her. You understand? I've seen what she can do, and it is pretty impressive.
Of course. But unfortunately, I need to get back to looking for this child. If I have some free time after, I'll make sure to come by and see what the show is all about.
It's unfortunate you missed us today, but we will be in town for 2 more days, I think, depending on if more people come or not.
All right. And then, as I said, I was gonna go look around and see if you could find anything else.
All right. So that's kind of one round of action for everybody. So everybody as a group, where are we going to next? Are people wanting to check out individual places? Are you trying to come together back as a group so you can move as a group? What's the plan?
I have a quick question.
What's up?
Okay, for what's her name? I just wrote it down. This is tragic. Dwarven woman of nobility.
Or Vera. She's not noble.
Vera.
She's just notable.
We gonna see about that. What height was she seeming to glide at? Was it at a height typical of what you would expect of a dwarf, or higher? Okay.
No. It was as if she was standing maybe an inch or two above ground.
Okay.
Oh, I apologize, Jaden. I did skip you. Jaden, what were you doing while everyone was kind of scattering?
So Jada will like to look for the highest vantage point that they can find inside the entire carnival. and they're going to try to climb up that and use that as the high ground to take a look at the surrounding area to see if they can see anything off in the distance.
So ironically, you spot this place about the time you're seeing Victor yelling at a kid to get off of it. There's a taller pole that is aligned for the main stage for some of their aerial acts. That would give you a pretty good viewpoint of the rest of the circus.
Perfect. In that case, Jaden looks over and is like, the kid has the right idea. And they're going to climb on over to that pole and pretty much just climb up with their whiskey and leap on top of it and then look down and see if they can see anything.
As you go up, you see this kid who had been climbing that was called to come down kind of has his... I'm sorry.
Hey, we got to wait a few more years.
So it's a few more years.
Don't worry, I understand what you're going through. Here, wait, can you drink this? You probably can't drink this. Maybe you could drink this. This will calm your nerves. And they'll hand over the whiskey. And they'll climb up.
I feel like the instant Jaden hands it over, Etienne just mage hands it out of the kid's hand.
I mean, I should clarify, the kid is not that young. This person's about 20, so not all that young, but very much like a very young kind of attitude. You would say he's probably like the edgy sibling. You know? So, like, was excited to get the drink, was less excited that it was immediately made out of his hand.
That's beautiful.
Hey, come on, man.
What? Well, wait, what happened to it?
Just points over at Etienne.
Who smirkily takes a drink out of it.
Yeah, you got to cover your grip sometimes. These things happen. Always keep out for your belongings. Here, and they'll flip over a silver. I'll give you another one.
Thanks. Puts it in his pocket and just kind of like edges away to be like, I want to watch what's happening, but I don't want to be here when somebody else figures out what's going on. So just kind of like doing the back away thing. So you climb up pretty easily. Like, despite the alcohol in your system, you're pretty keen when it comes to climbing. Yes. Yes. Oh yes. With their acrobatics of 11, they're pretty good. Yeah. So you just very easily scale this thing, and you do like, man, was it an 80s or 90s thing where you set up the flagpoles? You kind of do one of those things where you're just chilling up on the top. Oh yeah. As you look around, you can see distant lights that outline kind of the mouth of the tunnel that begins to go down into going down below. You can also see a few fair lights on the coast where fishermen are out later at night. And way far in the west, you can see what looks to be like lights for another city or town. Are you looking for anything in particular? Pretty much the description of what was provided by the kid, or yeah, because that's the only thing they really have to go off of. It's just that. So they'll just look to see if there's something like that looks similar site. Now they could have a better viewpoint of the surrounding area. Great. With that better vantage point, you feel confident that you can say that wherever the boy is, it's not here. Okay. You're looking around and like you like there are lots of tents and stuff, but like with the vantage point you can see like the backlit movement of people coming in and out. You can see to the wagons pretty well. You feel like you're pretty certain the kid's not here. That's good information. Before they head back with the others, since Etienne took their drink, they're going to pick up another one. Two of them, in fact. And they're going to double fist. They're going to bring over 2 whiskeys and return back with the group. There's like a little stall where like they've just finished putting up all of the concessions that they were doing. And then like you just pop by and you're like, yeah, I'll have 2. Yeah, let me get 2. Y'all ain't closed yet. Let me get some of those real quick. And they'll slide over a few coins to get some whiskey. All right. Yeah, you get your whiskey, no problem. So the group meets back up together.
Sure.
Just for the sake of time, since we are going to try and make this a one shot. So everyone meets back up together, and I assume you kind of share the information that you've gained so far. What would you like to do next?
Should go and look into those elves I left a little while ago. It's been a while since I've been in the Doodle Dawn below, so I think it could be fun.
Yeah, the boys.
There's no place like home, I say.
The boy is not here. I was able to get a viewpoint of the entire area, and he's not around. So, where he went to, or if he was taken, he's no longer in this carnival.
The last place that the seagulls have seen him was playing with all those little children over there.
Of course you would talk to seagulls, Cynthia.
I was
Such
gonna
filthy
say,
creatures.
last time you talked to a seagull, they tried to bite us.
Now, hold on.
I don't speak to seagulls that frequently, and they can see even higher than Jaden can.
They're always ruining my suits.
And
I swear.
Is that a challenge?
Yes, Jaden.
Jaden, no, sir.
Yes, he had a couple drinks in his belt, like I said.
And then like Jonah's like, what? Where did these come from?
As thrilling as I think that would be, we should probably be focused on taking care of this job. A missing child is rather serious. So
Yes.
It is.
we'd like
And
to go and
after
speak to the little kids.
After we find the child, we shall celebrate by seeing if Jaden can outfly a bird.
I disapprove of that.
Oh, it's all right.
Now, now, where were these kids again? The little ones.
So Steele, my friend. You hear
Yes.
Victor calling for you. So Steele, I wanted to introduce you to my daughters. This is Flora, this is Fauna. You see two 5-year-old tieflings. They have soft red violet skin, dark red hair, bright pink eyes, and they look exactly identical, except for one of them's got a pink bow, one of them's got an orange bow. Other than that, they're exactly the same.
Aren't you too precious?
They are immediately cowering behind Victor. Do any of you speak Infernal?
I do.
Oh,
Yes.
Jaden, you are the only one who hears it as they are whispering to themselves. And they're saying, what do we say? We can't say. If we say that, then they'll ask us more questions. They're always kind of slightly talking over each other. Never seems like one of them finishes a sentence. It's like one of them starts and then another one starts.
Jaden kind of turns their head to the side and says, as responds back in Inferno, there's nothing wrong with more questions.
Both of them peek out, and Victor looks at you with a bit of a raised eyebrow, and is like, all right, we are all speaking here. My children are saying that they are maybe seeing the boy, but they are obviously being just a little bit afraid. So, you're all very new. You understand what I'm saying? And it seems like they are understanding a little bit more with the with this one. He points at Jaden. If you and maybe Sastil want to talk to the children.
Cynthia will lean down and speak in Infernal and say, hello, Flora, Fauna. If I show you a trick, do you think that we could be friends?
You have a trick? You have a trick? We always want to see a trick.
Oh, this is going to be good. He leans back with a pinky up and sips the whiskey.
Give me a refill, my friend.
She will try to make a little bit of a show of it and summon her animal companion on top of her hand while kind of like leaning over, talking to them.
And can you please describe your animal companion?
My animal companion is a very fearsome looking flying animal, a hawk of the skies, also known as the colloquial goose.
You can fit a goose in the palm of your hand? Dang.
It's a special goose. The girls immediately kind of clap a little bit and start to come forward to touch the goose.
So the animal companion, as a specific summoned bonded creature, I assume would be relatively tame. So that probably doesn't.
I mean, it's
not gonna attack them, right?
It's a goose, though.
These are pretty rough.
Right, but its soul is bonded to mine.
Okay, roll an animal handling check.
No.
That is some straight Azarath logic.
I got something for this if it goes downhill.
As Jaden said, this is going to be good.
Hey, Still and Jaden, we drinking. I don't know what y'all.
We got whiskey to the side, hey, but enjoy this side.
Could I argue at least that I have advantage on animal handling checks for my companion?
Oh no.
Yeah. I think that's a fair argument.
Okay. Forget about you. Natural 20.
For the
That
rest
is
of
my
you,
second on something completely random, by the way, for those at home who might be counting.
Right? This character is taking all of Kellen's luck.
Oh no.
this is where all the luck you've been saving is gone. Not to old Kellen, but to this character. Yeah. So to the rest of you, this goose looks incredibly angry and hostile and threatening and terrifying. These kids, however, are completely in love with it. And as they go forward to try to pet it in their very, let's say, less than dexterous 5-year-old way, the goose just puts up with it like a champ. It's just this is not what I want. And this doesn't affect the fact that I am fearsome. But you get the opinion of you owe this goose one now because it's putting up with the indignity of playing for these kids, but it does. So they reach over, and as they are looking at the goose and not at any of the rest of you, they begin speaking again in Infernal. There were some weird people. They had the robes were gray and brown and kind of weird. They weren't just one, they were all put together. And they were talking to Sammy, and it was the final part of the carnival, of the circus. Yeah. And we were gonna go watch it because we were finished playing, because we were gonna watch it, and then we overheard them saying, again, this is each one of them is speaking over the other, never completely finishing a sentence. At the end, they say, in kind of creepy unison, they said there was an emergency. They said his mom was waiting for him in the underroot, that he had to go with them. And they're very much not looking anyone in the eyes.
Inside check on the twins.
Roll it.
All right.
John's is anybody gonna say what they were talking about? Because that was really creepy.
Such guttural noises. Why,
That's a 6. He just looks at it and just shrugs.
Kids are hard to read.
Mm-hmm.
They absolutely believe what they're saying is true, probably, or they're very good imaginations, and they are buying into it.
Yeah, and then the whiskey is just well, we'll see. All right, so they'll just lead back. Look towards the others. And they'll look over towards the rest of the group and say, "Wait. Can anyone else speak Infernal?"
No, old bean, we've been over this.
I thought we have been over this before.
Many times.
Possibly. Oh well, just in case, and they'll recap pretty much what the children have said. It says, so looks like we have a trip to make. Makes sense. I was able to find them on what's why I went up top. So,
Question, Aaron. Due to Stilton's citizenship and being from Doing Below, can he get in, or would we still need to like ask for connections or something?
So Forvera can provide you people that can help, but you don't need anything to go in.
Okay.
Like the road is open. There's no like guard that is letting people in or not. It's a main like highway, basically underground.
Okay. Well, with that, Stilton's excited. Like, shall we go then?
After you.
Yeah, if there's nothing else here for us.
wait, I may need to have some backup on stock, and they're just going to go ahead and make sure.
No.
Yeah.
Jaden, you get your behind back over here.
You know, I cannot go anywhere without being topped off. Otherwise, bad things happen.
Well, I'm gonna top you off if you don't get your butt.
It was just like
back to that tavern.
They'll flip a coin at Jonah and be like, "I'm right back," and they're just gonna get a couple of those metal containers, those whiskey things,
the flags.
The flags,
no.
Yeah. They would just grab a couple of flags from the area before
you go right back to the same poor woman who just finished putting everything back up, and it's just like, I mean,
just for the road.
She names the outrageous sum of 12 gold.
What? When did an inflation happen in 20 minutes? You know what? It's fine. I'm not sure. I'm not sure how much gold we actually have that we got from
within your budget for sure.
Oh, okay.
Jonah's gonna come over there, and he's gonna lean against the little stand that she's at. And, ma'am, I understand that my friend here might be a little unreasonable at times when asking for things, but it keeps him sane.
So, are you saying he could like get violent if I don't give this to him?
Oh no, ma'am, no. I'm asking you just to give him a little bit before, he throws like a fit or something when we walk down.
I mean, I did just give. Okay, yeah. You got to realize I've now put this entire cabinet up 3 times. I'm just tired.
And I promise you, right here, my heart, he's not gonna come back up here and bother you.
That's true. We will be long gone.
And like she gets stuff up, and like you can see she's got a little blush on her face, and she's like, half of that 6 gold for what you get.
Thank you so much. They literally just kissed the tip of the flask before looking over at Jonas's. My man. and they'll walk to the rest of the crew.
So where is the rest of the crew going?
Going to the underground passageway into Doing Below, I assume.
No, Jonah would tell them they need to go back to the tavern, at least to tell her that they're going to go down.
Oh, you want to go back?
That's what she'd asked. She'd asked if they were going to go down to tell her.
If that's what you wish. I was thinking like a time is of the essence thing. You know what's happening to this
Jonah wants to tell her everything that's going on.
All right, we're jogging over to the tavern, moving at speed. We get to the tavern. Forvera's there, and she's kind of at a table with her head in her hands. She's seated at the table. Jonah, make a perception check.
All right, I can do that.
I'm telling you, that accent is evil.
That is going to be Ooh, I don't have. He is not wise. That is a straight 17 on the die.
So she's putting it. The way she's sitting, some of her robes have shifted. Like she's got like an overcoat style robe that's got like the open front, and some of her robes have shifted. And you realize that her legs are atrophied, and she's probably a paraplegic. And so she floats as an alternative way to move around in lieu of like a wheelchair or walking, which would denote that she probably has some spellcasting power, or she has a magic item that would allow her to do this. But that kind of thing would be fairly expensive.
All right.
But you do notice that, and she does look like she just had in her hands. There is a glass of like juice in front of her that it seems like she has not even really touched. You're not the quietest of bunches, though, so I think as you walk in, like her head kind of snaps up, and for a brief moment, she has wildly hopeful look on her face, where she thinks maybe you've already found him.
You wanted to break the news, old chap. I'll leave this to you.
All right.
Jim shouldn't have come back just yet, but up to you.
Did you find anything?
No, ma'am, but we do have a lead. We're going to be heading down to Doomdorm below.
Oh, okay. I can have one of my friends meet you. Are you have you been to Doomdorm below before?
I lived there most of my life.
Stilton, what languages do you speak? Do you speak Undercommon?
Unfortunately, no. We got Common and Goblin, like going by his character sheet.
I speak Undercommon.
You hear her kind of exclaim to herself in Undercommon, and she seems a lot more expressive in Undercommon as she speaks, and she's just like, you're saying, well, I'll have to get a message to them, but I'm sure it'll work.
Of course, it will. Everyone loves everyone in the underground. I'll say that in Undercommon.
Well, that is we'll just continue this conversation in Undercommon. That's one way to look at it. We certainly try to create some, progress where we can. Here's the thing. I've been, she's speaking only in Undercommon to Sastiel now. My work is about antiquities and places of historical value. I do a lot of scholarship, but I also do a lot of, hands-on work. You understand what I'm saying?
I think so, yeah.
There is something weird happening. I'll send word to Yit to get you to the closest there. But you understand, I got a kid, I got a wife, I have to be careful about what I do. No, I was young and single, sure, I'd go look at myself. But now, I gotta think about it, you know what I mean?
No need to worry. I have very little to lose, and everyone loves talking to me and Lady here, and those who don't talk to very many people afterwards.
Well, I'll have them meet you. You take the slide down before you get to the main branch that goes to Keptral. I'll meet you there. They'll show you the closest I've gotten to figure out where it might be. Just something's a little bit weird.
Of course, we'll meet you down there, and don't you worry. We'll have this handed for you as soon as possible.
I'm placing a lot of trust in you and your friends. It's my son. I will give you literally anything that I can if I can just get him back.
Of course, don't you worry. We'll take care of it for you.
And then she switches back into common for the rest of you. I I really appreciate your help. I'm very happy that all of you could agree to help me. My friends will meet you. There is a junction. I am already explaining it to Sastil. There it is.
I knew I should have taken Undercommon as a second language.
I'm just waiting for everybody to stop talking in different languages in front of us right now.
With like a very sad kind of smile, she briefly pops over and the goblin is like, well, my goblin's not great, but...
Much obliged.
Etienne, in response to Jonah's language, says in Elvish, I don't think that's going to happen anytime soon.
And as we depart, Cynthia begins singing in Celestial.
Oh my goodness. This might be the most multilingual group we've ever had. Because that's quite a bit of spread.
Jonah is going to curse in Orcish.
I'm just picturing all of you just like constantly talking to yourselves and or each other in a language that no one else understands. Who's out there?
As we are leaving, I will tell the group to be careful. It appears that our friends may have gotten themselves caught up in something that they aren't quite ready for. Don't trust very many people.
Are you going to elaborate on that, or can't just say
Not
that
at the moment. They
But
were
still.
very vague.
Very vague. Everybody's vague these days. Let's go.
So in other words, it's Tuesday. Fine. Keep walking.
If it weren't vague, it wouldn't be any fun, now would it?
Yeah, but it makes our job harder.
Oops.
Be much.
All right, as you head out of the town, you turn north and you head towards a tunnel system that is fastened with a couple of different lanterns on the outside to help you out. This is the tunnel that goes to Dillendorn below. It's affectionately called the Slide by the locals, just because it's a slow, narrow grate, not a big deal. No one asked for Vera about Underroot, but she did say that a friend would meet you on the way to Keptrol. And when you get to the slide, you can see there are lots of these multicolored lanterns that light. It's a very, very wide path. You can easily get like 2 wagons side by side in this because they do use it for actual trade. Pretty tall ceilings. And on each side of the path, there's lots of different lanterns. For those of you who have lived in Dillendorn below, you understand that these lanterns give you a ton of information about where you are, which direction you're heading, and what you can go. So different colors mean you're heading either above ground or below ground. Positions, higher or lower, will tell you, are you on a road that leads to Keptrel, or is it a side road? Is it a dead end? So like those of you who have lived here, you can kind of read like the signs basically to know kind of where you're heading. It is a quick way to be able to navigate through an otherwise kind of maze-like system. As you're following, thank you. As you're following this path, there are lots of little like stalls that are set up along the side. People are selling little like fresh pressed juices or trinkets or like a whole bunch of little things. If you wanted to grab yourself a snack or try and barter for something that you can take. It's a bit of a walk as you keep going, but after about an hour of walking, you will go through 3 of these different twists where between Sastil and Stilton, they're able to kind of say, oh, no, we can read the lanterns, we know that we're going this way. And you eventually hear kind of a...
Does someone require a lozenge? Quite a bit of coughing in our midst, don't you think?
Well, why don't we just
Excuse
find
me,
where the
sir.
coffee's come from?
Excuse me, sir. Has someone gotten your goose?
Not darn goose.
Are you on roll 20?
Yeah.
Yes.
Let me find out where it went, and I will show you the picture of who you see.
Okay.
Can you see it?
No, we just see a map.
Yeah, it's just a map right now.
I clicked the show to players button.
Is it on the same screen?
I'm on the map.
Yeah, but like, what corner of the map should we be looking at, Aaron?
I mean, that's a good question. And in mine, I'm in the middle, so I don't know.
Okay.
It shouldn't matter. Are you trying to deliver a handout?
Yes.
We can't see it. It's not in our thing.
Oh, let me add it to your
I
thing.
think that's in the journal section or something, right?
Yep.
Maybe so.
Yeah.
Maybe so. Because there's a button that says show to players. I would have thought that meant show it to the freaking players.
If it's not set to be in the player's journal, it might also not show up.
Yeah, so you have to put it in the player's journals.
Well, then I guess I will just verbally have to describe what this little dude looks like. Oh, hold on. Maybe I can put this in. Oh, I can. I'll put it in the Zoom chat.
Okie dokie.
Okay. There is a 5-inch tall amphibian-looking humanoid, classified as tiny. Kind of frog-looking, sort of, with a little blue robe on, big wide eyes. This is a Galvin, is the name of the race, and this particular little dude, their name is Yit. I-I-T, Yit.
Y-I-T, okay. This is foreshadowing, by the way, but I ain't gonna say what.
Hey,
Oh, well.
down here.
I mean, Stilton's probably the closest to the ground.
Yeah.
You're Stilton's 3'3".
Hey, you guys are friends, right?
Yes.
Where is that sound? Oh,
We're certainly not enemies.
All right, you tell me her name, you tell me his name, and you tell me where you're going, and we're friends.
what?
Steel will say their names, who I am 40% chance to get either of them correct. But Steel will get them correct. Yes, it is. Well, Samrig is one of them. The other
Samrig.
one is for Vera Vinshift? That's how it's pronounced, right?
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Yeah.
Yes. So, for Vera and Samrig, allies of ours.
And you're going where?
We're looking for someone going to that,
The Kedra, right?
Cecile will, yes.
But where are you going? So there's a lot of places we could go. So like I can't help you go to where you're going unless I know where it is you're going. I think I know where it is you're going, but I don't know where you're going.
Man
John's
is
got.
a goose not to eat him.
Oh no. John's gonna turn to the others. Like, where are we going exactly?
Yeah, is fully
What is the
plastered
name of
against
it
the
called?
wall right now, just like.
Okay,
What
we
is the
wrote down
name of the
Kedra.
place?
Well, I had it in the chat earlier.
The antiquity. It was the antiquity place that the person was talking about. They were saying we got to go that way.
Underroot.
Underwood is a specific place. Okay.
Underroot, yes. We're going
Okay.
to Underroot.
Oh, you are the people. Okay, cool. Hey, you see all the lanterns?
You couldn't tell that we were the people.
Well, I've
I
never
don't
met
think
you
there's
before.
there's not many people that look like me in any area of the world.
Okay, so the message I got was, I'm sending people that were going to help me find our son. And I was just like, okay, I'll help you find them. But, like, that's not a picture or something. Like, you know? I am but one person.
Fair well. We'll talk about it later.
They can only do so much. You just got calm down, Cecile.
Yeah, so anyway, you see the lanterns, right? You know how the lanterns work?
We know how the lanterns work. Well, I mean, I know you talked about like the system of lighting, but do they have like a function outside of that, like a light switch or something?
No, that's their primary function. They're like magically lit so that they do not go out or require maintenance outside of an occasional upping of that.
That's actually important.
Well, I believe typically there's some sort of oil burning that causes illumination.
Oh, that's not. Well, okay. So, like, you uppers probably don't get it, but like the rest of us, we get. Like, you get it, right? What was your name? It's looking at. They're looking at Cecile.
Cecile.
Yeah, Cecile understands, and so does
Stilton would actually look offended if his name is not recognized.
You didn't tell me your name, though.
But my work should precede itself, should it not? And Stilton will gesture at his
Oh,
So I was thinking, but not now, Stilton. We have to find a child.
Honestly, someone put
Right.
so much work in.
I do really like your suit. If like you wanted to give me a suit, I would so wear it. But so you two understand the lights, right? And you know the lights are everywhere. They go down the dead ends. They go down all of the roads that go to all of the cities. They go to the bypasses. They go to all the roads, right?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay, so what's that? And he points at a dark bit of wall.
Ooh. I guess right, none of us have magical senses.
And as you look at it, and you can see that there's actually a dark tunnel here. It looks like it would be a branch, except for it is not lit at all. And that is something that is very terrifying down here. And yet looks at all of you is like, it's really weird. No one else seems to see it. I see it, of course, like obviously, because I showed you, but like, look at everyone else. And there's people like wandering around. It's a nocturnal system, and like this is kind of early morning for them in terms of the work schedule. Lots of people moving around. None of them seem to see what is an otherwise terrifying vision of a completely dark tunnel.
It is extremely odd.
And everybody sees it, right?
Yes, all of the party. Once it was pointed out to you, you saw it, but before it was pointed out, you didn't see it.
So, what is his name again? One time?
Yit, Y-I-T. Yit.
Okay. Yeah. Who? Well, I mean, I just noticed it, but is it like you have to point it out, or?
I don't know. All I'm saying is it's weird because no one else seems to see it. I see it. Rivera saw it. But like no one else sees it. And you can see it. So it means it's there, which is nice because I was worried for a little bit. It was like a shared delusion or something, but it's not. Something else to notice, it is a very tall tunnel. So like this tunnel is like a gap in the wall that's very, very narrow. It's like scrape your shoulders narrow. But it goes up and up and up and up and up and up and up.
Is this like straight up a new development? Does this tunnel seem to have been there for a long time, or is this like a recent burrowing?
As you look and you kind of get a little closer and you investigate it, it doesn't look like recently hewn or something. Like it doesn't look like someone's just made it. But it is very, very, very dark. So like you're kind of limited in terms of like what you can see because you're in a lit room looking into a dark room. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Well, does anyone have any other leads besides the mysterious, very dark tunnel?
Afraid I don't.
That's what I was supposed to show you.
We could try asking some rats if they've been down the tunnel.
Yes, I'll leave you to that sort of thing, dealing with those filthy creatures.
I'm not helping talking to the rats again. They're always mean to me.
I'm all for communicating with the wildlife, but I'll leave you to it.
Have you ever ridden a rat? I have. It's pretty big for me. If you know what I mean.
That's crazy.
It's like like this.
I have not ever ridden a
I'm going
rat.
to try and speak with the rat because my goal this session is to make you play as many animals as possible.
Yeah.
Every animal's from New York.
Yeah.
I call it revenge.
Hey, for the record, I personally have never done this to you.
I'm taking my anger out on the wrong person, but it's okay.
Okay, yeah, sure. There's a rat. I'm not pressed. It's not gonna be hard to find. You find a rat. You can't speak with the animals.
Rizzo was scared.
There's a rat. See, the problem is, like, there's literally no good sound that can come out of my mouth at this point.
You got this.
Like, there's nothing good. Nothing good.
Hello there, little guy.
How you doing?
Doing pretty good.
How you doing?
What's up?
Do you like cheese?
Oh, man, I could go for some cheese right now.
I rolled a natural 20 earlier, so I'm pretty sure I'm guaranteed to have some cheese on me.
You absolutely have some cheese on you. You had, like, a moment of, like, divine foresight. We just stashed all of the food.
I take a little piece of cheese and feed a little bit of it to the rat.
Oh, yeah, that's the good stuff.
I was just wondering, have you seen that new weird tunnel over there?
Oh, yeah, no one goes in the new weird tunnel.
No one goes in there. Why?
You want to go in a new weird tunnel? That's how you die, man.
I might be about to.
Oh, man. You gonna give me the rest of that cheese before you go?
One more thing. Jonah's also gonna cast his Speak with Animals to hear this.
Okay, hold on. You cannot just rewrite history and have heard the whole conversation up to this point.
No. He's more upset that like everybody's just talking in random languages that he can't understand, but he knows that he can talk to animals too.
You have not heard any of the conversation to this point, but if you want to cast it at this moment, you can hear from it.
So the first thing that Jonah would hear then is, no, I'm going to give it to you after. I want you to be involved in my survival.
Oh, come on. We both know you're not coming back, right? Like, you go in the secret dark new tunnel, you don't come back.
Cynthia, what kind of deal are you making with this rat right now?
Whoa. I don't want any trouble.
Everyone is so worked up over these filthy creatures.
I'll absolutely talk to the lady with cheese, but I don't want any of the problems here. You understand?
Apparently, Jonah, none of them actually go down the new weird tunnel because they're smarter than we are.
Okay.
I mean, you said it, Bob.
Yes, I did.
All right, but we're still gonna have to go down that tunnel.
It seems that way. And she will give him a little bit more cheese.
Hey, you got cheese?
Me?
Yeah.
All of Jonah's cheese is pickup lines.
Well, I mean, if you got something I can try out on the missus. You got something I can try out on the missus?
I mean,
yes.
I could.
Here's a good one. Just tell her, say cheese.
Oh, and then I bring the cheese out from behind my back. Yeah, that's a good one. I'll give it a try.
Milton is totally unnerved because he just sees his friend squeaking.
Well, you've been very pleasant, so I hope that you survive. I hope that I survive.
You survive. You survive, I survive. We meet up, you give me more cheese. I ask you what was actually down the absolutely terrifying tunnel that no one ought to go down.
That way, if someone comes to buy and asks you again what's down the tunnel, then you'll know so you can tell them.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm doing all of the work here.
I mean,
not a very fair trade-off, I'd say.
I put up with your friend.
Jonas starts tapping his boot. On the ground.
Hey, no disrespect. No disrespect, man. No disrespect.
Well, I'm going to go before Jonah smashes you. Goodbye.
The rat scurries away. Just vaguely off in the distance, you're like...
Now, speaking normal, actual human common language, Cynthia will turn to everyone and say, so apparently none of the rats go down the weird tunnel because it's a weird tunnel and they don't want to die.
The disturbances simply stack on themselves.
I feel like I could have just guessed that. We didn't really need to talk to a vermin for that, but if it helps you. And then I would like to take out my rapier and cut it across my arm and activate my Rite of the Dawn, so I have bright light as we go down the tunnel.
Oh.
Can Stilton kind of lag behind and sneak and keep up with the party?
Yeah, no problem. I just got to think about how I'm going to do some stuff real quick.
Okay.
If you're going to want to sneak, you're probably going to go first.
Okay.
Right? Because, like, light, it's a very narrow tunnel, and so the light's going to draw attention. And if you're behind, it's going to...
Stilton will take the lead then.
Okay.
Yeah, Jada would definitely head towards the front as well, since they're sneaky boy. So, yeah, they're going to avoid that light like it's the plague.
Etienne two's right with the other two. Just like, nope, we're not doing any light.
Nope, we're good.
So the party's been split into two. People who have dark vision and people who don't. Is that what I understand?
Essentially. I mean, my boy stealth armor, let him do what he do best.
And we're going down the dark. What kind of light is it, Reed?
Bright light, just holy, radiant light.
Okay.
Really, 20 feet of it.
I need dim light.
No, just bright light.
Interesting.
Jonah's gonna walk behind.
Everything I did was
Cecile. Jonah can see, but he's just gonna walk behind him.
Cynthia, where you going?
I'll just keep Cecile company.
All right. So we'll follow the dark vision people first, as I describe what you see. As you're heading down this dark passage, like I said before, it goes very, very high up. And at first, it is just so narrow that there's nothing. And then it opens a little bit until it's like maybe 10 feet across. And it takes you a while to realize it because you have to look up. But you can see that there is a series of like dwellings that have been carved out of the side of this cave up into the rock itself. There are no sources of light coming from these places. But as you're traveling, you can see Drow and Snurfneblin and Duergar silently watching your passage. They're not doing anything, they're not saying anything, except when the light comes, you watch them leave. The people that you do see look really emaciated and wiry. They're clearly very impoverished. Jaden, Etienne, and Stilton.
Hey.
Make me a quick perception check for this group.
Ooh.
All right.
Awesome.
19.
Oh, these are not started off good. A solid 5 for me.
Stilton got a 17.
All right. Stilton and Etienne, you see that as you're getting towards kind of the end of this passage, all of the people have disappeared. For the other group, as you come in with light, if you look up, you do see kind of like these carvings, but you don't see any people at any point. As you get to the end, you do see that there is a message written painstakingly on the wall in glowing algae right at the bottom.
Mm.
It is written in Undercommon.
Dang it.
Can any of you read Undercommon?
Nope. Jada looks down at the items like, well, this is not for me. They look towards E.T. like, can you read this?
I speak like 3 languages and none of them barely accurately.
Well, we're gonna wait for the others to appear. Hopefully, they can make sense of what's before us. Or maybe it's just the drink. If things are starting to look fuzzy, who knows? Well, we'll see.
The rest of you are not that far behind, so about that time is when you walk up and you can see this. Sasteel, you understand Undercommon? Is that correct?
I do.
Okay, as you look, you can see it's written. It looks like somebody has basically painted something that would attract algae. Don't ask me how that works. Like Aaron doesn't know, but algae has grown to make this message, and it's bioluminescent. So it's dim but visible, and it says in Undercommon, "Beware the door that does not lock." And then there's this weird, interesting symbol that you've never seen before. It looks like two circles stacked on top of each other with a line that runs down the middle and then a set of 3 lines on either side that run parallel with that center line. For our players, you do know that symbol. You have seen that symbol several times, but not as these characters.
Mm-hmm.
Does Cynthia know?
Unlikely, but I would let you make me a history check.
Can still to make one also.
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
Does this symbol have anything to do with fae, fiends, or the undead?
Nope.
That was a 3, Dungeon Master.
You know, it's interesting. It looks like planned and designed. It's got kind of a nice geometry to it. You don't think you've seen it before.
Algae, pretty cool. Almost like a tiny forest.
Yeah, you know, there's some poetry somewhere in there. Absolutely.
Stilton got a 19.
You feel like you haven't seen this before, but something about it feels important. And I'm going to say with a 19, what you get out of it is you make a quick drawing of it.
Okay, thank you.
So that if you need to refer to it later, you can.
Okay.
I will communicate what the warning was. Nice and cryptic. It looks like things are going to get fun soon. Are you all sure you want to be walking around in the dark? They just said that the cave was creepy and dark and people don't return when they go inside.
Well,
I'm not telling you what to do.
Before you light-bearing people arrived, there were some emaciated beings occupying the tunnel. It seems that the light you emitted scared them away.
What do you mean emaciated? Like they were sick? Or
Very thin and frail to you.
Possibly we're just in a poor area of town.
Yes,
Well,
stuff the alcohol can't fix, that's for sure.
Interesting that there are beings that seem to reside here.
I only ask because I can
we'll
help.
just move on. We'll just move on from that part of the conversation. If you find those people again and they decide to interact with you, see what you can find out.
I'll do my best, but it seems the language is Undercommon, and that is not one of my languages of choice, I must say.
Oh, have you tried Elvish, perhaps?
I don't know Elvish.
We'll have to change that later. Is there any, in this section of the cave, there's the way that the people left, is there any other entrances or exits or points of interest?
So you came from behind. It's just been like one straight shot. The people were up along the walls, and then they went in further into the walls where you assume it's like, like the Heliquipto is something where it's been just carved out, like these rooms have been carved out from the sides of the wall. In front of you, there is an opening. You just haven't quite gotten to it yet. I assume you're moving forward?
We can make that out between the light and the dark vision?
Yeah.
Okay. Shall we continue? Is this the dangerous door?
As you head forward, this very, very narrow passageway opens up into a much larger chamber that has a lot of diffuse ambient light from a bunch of bioluminescence that is refracting off of crystals that are embedded all along the ceiling of this kind of cavern. And in the very middle of this large room is a very small tower, like weirdly small. You have come out kind of like, 60 feet up off the ground, and you can see a set of roughly hewn stairs that will take you down. And like I said, in the very center of this otherwise very large room is a very, very small tower.
Would this be like actually like a structural tower with its own set of stairs and everything, or more like an obelisk?
It appears to be like a building, but it appears to be very, very small. So like you think like it's at such a distance you can't make out a lot of the details from this place because you're 60 feet up.
Okay.
And maybe 60 feet horizontally as well.
This is odd. Anyone see anything that looks dangerous before we head down?
I'm pretty sure there's danger ahead. Just be on the lookout.
You watch where you step around here.
Mm-hmm. These
What
rocks
is
are
that?
unstable.
There are very rough-hewn steps that hug the wall that kind of go in like this very long circular, like it covers the diameter before it gets back down to the floor.
One time I don't take feather fall.
Y'all heading down the stairs?
Yes.
Yes.
Of course, Jada would head in front of us still to avoid that light, but yeah.
Same stiltness, sneaking.
Same like order?
Yeah.
Basically.
Yeah.
All right, Jaden, you and Stilton and Etienne notice this first as you're a little bit farther forward. It's kind of strange. It's like a visual illusion or something. As you head your way down the outside of these stairs that go down the outside of this room, it's like the tower keeps getting bigger. And bigger. Until you reach the ground, and it's now a tall 3-story tower that is ahead of you.
Is there some sort of check to see if our change happened, or was there a change in perspective?
Let's just call it a wisdom check.
Okay, general wisdom on it.
Okay. That's much better. Had to change dice up. 18.
Dirty
Straight
20.
10.
All right. Sorry, is that still say you're seeing?
Still is doing other things.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
I rolled a 3.
Okay. Cynthia and Joan and Jolene get in on this.
If they can see it, sure.
You notice that you just notice it a little bit later than the others, like as you're moving down.
Then
What am I rolling
wisdom,
again?
perception?
Wisdom check.
Just straight wisdom.
Is it gonna be too good? That's a 10.
18.
Join the club.
It's average, you know? Did you say 15, Cynthia?
18.
18, nice. All right, Cynthia, Etienne, and I think...
Jada, 18 as well.
Okay, Jade. You guys kind of like do the math in your head and you're like, well, I don't think it's a perspective thing, because if it had been the 3-story building while you were 60 feet up, like, you know, you think about where would the roof be at that point kind of thing. You're like, I don't think it's a perspective thing. You kind of look at yourself without a frame of reference. Like, you can't really say, are you smaller? Like, you know, there's nothing to compare it to other than the tower. So you're having a hard time saying, did the tower get bigger or did you get smaller? You think there's something other than just like the way that you perceived it at the start.
Jade is going to take out their bow and arrow, their longbow, and then shoot an arrow like towards the upper area to see if it grows bigger as it leaves the prospective location.
Ooh, that's an interesting thought. So you're aiming it basically back at where you came? Roll an attack roll.
All right.
First one in the game.
Here we go. Oh, nice.
Aggressive out here.
Oh, yeah. Oh, come on. It's Jada. 15 plus 8. Yeah. 20. What's that?
23.
Yeah, 23. There you go.
Very nice. Okay. As you aim for like where the rocky outcropping was that you first entered the room. And as you shoot it, it doesn't appear to change in size to your eyes. However, when you compare it to like the doorway and you kind of look at it, it does look a little bit big.
Well, this is peculiar. Again, maybe the whiskey. But if you look at the arrow, it looks a bit bigger now than it was before.
I do think you're right.
There's definitely magic going on.
I'm gonna go and investigate the tower.
Magic?
Mm-hmm. Just better
I'll
look
join
out.
you. Just keep that light away from me. You're interfering with my sneaking capabilities.
As you go head for this tower to the massive door that is in front of you, I think we'll take a quick break here before we go to the next part.
Oh, wow.
All right, you're standing in front of the door to this tower. It looks like a sturdy wooden door. It is currently closed.
Indoors.
Etienne looks, Jada looks over to Etienne and kind of give the nod to like, let's look for traps before trying to pickpocket.
Yeah, good look for some traps. It's weird. It's weird here.
If both of you are doing it, one of you roll with advantage for investigation.
I'll give it to Etienne.
Investigation?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Okay. It's only a +3.
Oh, same here. We're pretty much built the same.
Let's see. Oh, cool. 21.
Nice. As you look at it, it does not appear to be trapped. Looks like a normal door.
I think it's good. I don't see anything. No, that doesn't mean there isn't anything here, because it could be magically booby trapped.
Good point. Well, we never know until we try, and Jade is going to try to unlock the door if it's locked.
You turn the handle and it is not locked.
Oh, okay.
The door that does not lock.
Before we all go in, Jonah wants to cast Detect Magic.
So glad you have that.
Oh. You cast Detect Magic. Currently within 30 feet of you, you do feel that there's something magical inside of the room.
Okay. Does it? I can't remember exactly. Does it tell me?
It tells you a school. Let me look over the school.
Yeah, I was gonna say the School of Magic, maybe.
Hopefully it's not evocation.
I know. I was gonna say if it's evocation, we need to step quietly and carefully.
Yep.
You get a type of magic that is not familiar to you, that you're not entirely certain what it does. And you also get what kind of magic is that? Evocation.
If you said what it was, okay. I was gonna say internet.
One is oh my bad. There are two schools. One is the evocation. The other one is one like you can tell it's a school of magic, but it's not a school of magic that you know.
Okay.
So I'm gonna try something, guys. Hold on 1 second. He's gonna take a ball bearing out of his bag and just throw it through the door.
I love it. You hear ding, 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 and nothing.
Okay.
Very helpful, Etienne. Thank you.
Someone's gonna step on that when we get through the door. I can tell.
I'm gonna pick it up. It's fine.
It's gonna be funny, but nobody laugh.
I'll pick it up. It's fine. I'll pick it up.
Are we going inside?
Yes.
Everybody just please be careful. There's something weird in evocation. That's all I got.
Magic is afoot, you say?
Yes, there is.
As you enter, you see a very, very tall room. It looks like it covers 2 stories. On the floor, there's many, many different scraps of fabric and like this brown and gray. It looks like some people were in the middle of sewing some stuff, and you see kind of a half-finished robe. In the very middle of the room, there's this weird-looking machine. It's got one big, bright red button in the middle of it, as well as a lever. And when you look up on the ceiling, you can see that there's painted. It kind of looks like a glowing series of constellations. It's high up, so it's kind of hard to tell exactly what it does, but something's up there. You do also see, because I will say, there are no stairs or anything in this room, but up at the top there does seem to be a hatch on the ceiling as well.
Stilton is immediately enraptured by this robe being made.
I would like to look for the magical whatever it was.
You use Jonah as like a pinging kind of radar, and as you do, you realize the magic is coming from the ceiling and this machine in the middle of the room.
I want you to look at that.
Do I know what machine it is?
No. It doesn't, I mean, you see the big red button and you see the lever, but you don't, there's no like writing on it or like, this is a Jumbotron 3000 or something. Like, it just.
And Stilton examined the robe.
Yeah. It looks like the fabric's not very good quality. It's very piecemeal. It looks like it's come from a bunch of different sources. They've kind of just cut up other things in order to make it. The sewing is all hand sewing that is decent enough. It doesn't look like it was done by like a tailor or a seamstress, but I mean, it looks like it would hold up pretty well. None of the pieces that you see here are finished. They do look like they generally fit medium-sized humanoid creatures, some that are tall, some that are small.
Okay.
Etienne is retrieving his ball bearing and looking around.
You pick it up. It landed near the machine, so you're now kind of in the middle of the room.
The workmanship isn't half bad, but the fabric is simply awful. Can Stilton attempt to... This all Stilton can glean just by looking at it on hand. This robe.
Can you give me an example of something else you'd be wanting to learn from me?
Like, based on the stitching, can he... Again, like, it's not made by any particular tailor, but can Stilton determine, like, if this is, like, a skilled yet patchwork job with, like, a two-stitch or something like that? Or would it be, like, someone attempting something elaborate but not as skilled?
No, it seems more like day-to-day handiwork kind of stuff. Something that people would have enough knowledge in order to, like, mend and do, like, basic clothing. Not someone who was, like, trained or knew anything about it.
Is this a robe that was unraveled and is being repaired, or a robe that is actually being woven, being made for the first time?
Yeah, it looks like it's being pieced together from scraps from other things.
Okay. Because I was about to say, I can cast mending. But, yeah.
JD will look towards the others and say, so there's a lever. Presuming, should we pull it?
Now, as cool as that sounds, does it sound smart?
No. But other than that, I don't really see any other areas around here to go. So it looks like that's our only option. That's why I was seeing everyone else see anything.
There's also a button.
Is there a magical site revealing anything particularly interesting? Jonah?
I mean, he's only getting those two still, right?
There's nothing off the lever or anything now.
The machine itself appears to be connected to what it's doing, but the evocation comes more from the ceiling, and the other one comes more from the floor.
And which one's the one on the ceiling? The hatch, right?
There is a hatch on the ceiling, and there's also looks like something has been drawn up there in like a glowing paint. From your current vantage point, it looks like lines and dots, kind of like a constellation would be.
All right.
How high up is the hatch?
About 20 feet.
Yeah, the evocation's coming from up there, but down, that's where the other thing is.
Do you want me to go up and check, see what it is?
I don't want you to physically go up there, but you got that little hand thing, don't you?
Yeah, I was going to say, we got some other options that we can use from a distance.
I mean, that's true. I could go investigate it.
I'll leave that up to you, but I would prefer you did not go up there physically.
Okay.
Your decision countdown timer has started now. You have 10 seconds to tell me what you're doing.
If you launch that investigation, Stilton can help.
I mean, Jonah's not going to stop anybody.
Well, they're discussing it. I shoot an arrow up at the evocation aura.
All right.
An arrow goes and embeds itself in the ceiling.
Looks safe enough to
Thank you,
touch.
Cynthia.
And Etia will just look at everybody, smile, and then he's gonna spider climb up to it.
Oh,
Ooh.
Well, no, our fancy tricks today.
At the end, it's just like. Did I hear someone say, I pulled the lever?
Steel is going to go over and to pull the lever. But Vedkin
Okay.
is climbing up the walls like Spider-Man. It's going to be distracting for him, so he's gonna watch that actually.
Okay, so you climb up to the top. There's a hatch right there. What do you want to do?
He's gonna look it over.
There is a hatch up there. It looks like it's made out of wood.
He's gonna gently touch it.
It feels like it's made out of wood as well.
He's gonna scoot back just a little bit and use Mage Hand to try and pull it open.
It pushes up.
Push.
And
She's gonna try.
it does push.
Blink. Gently trying with Mage Hand to lay it down.
It is open.
He's gonna scoot to the ledge and just like peek in.
You see what looks to be like an old disused bedroom. There's like a bed and an end table and a wardrobe. And in the middle of the room, there's also a chest. And you can hear a voice. It's really faint.
Okay. So we got a bedroom up here and a chest. Just gonna. Do you want me to go in here?
Is the chest child-sized?
Is the chest child size?
I mean, I guess, depending on your child.
It's a chest. I don't know how small this child is.
Well, do you see anything else up there?
He's gonna like put himself like partially up there, just like hands on either side.
It's pretty dusty in here. Doesn't look like anyone's been here in a bit.
I don't see any tracks or anything. I hear a faint voice.
Hey, are you out there? Can you hear me? Hey,
Hello?
let me out.
Who are you?
Who are you? Just let me out. I'll help you. Whatever you need, I'll help you. Just let me out of the box.
Hey, someone's asking. Yeah, someone's asking to be let out, and I don't know if this is, fiend nonsense.
Wait, how many of them are you?
We are many. He's gonna look back down at the group.
I feel like I'm
gonna
should be
go.
up there.
I'm going to go up there.
How are you gonna get up there?
Yeah, it's 20 feet up. Unless you have like spider climb.
Oh,
or
it's
can
just a
fly.
straight wall? Okay,
Yeah.
listen. I have a sword.
Stilton will position himself beneath the door and cast levitate on himself.
You begin to levitate.
Going up on a Tuesday.
Jonah doesn't have anything to get up there, but I'm gonna use my divine sense. It's 60 feet to see if it's
60
something
would be enough.
freaky going on.
Let me think. Detect magic's still up, right?
Yes,
I
believe so.
You do sense more. Magic now that you're here. Let me just a second see what it is. You sense some transmutation magic from above you. And with divine sense, what can you feel?
That one. I can know the location of any celestial, fiend, or undead within 60 feet. That's not behind total cover.
You do not get anything out of that.
Alright, well, it doesn't seem weird or wrong, I guess, but there's now. Oh God, how do I say that one? Transmutation?
Duly noted. Because I'm assuming Stilton can still hear.
But yeah, he'll shout it so that the people that are going up can hear.
Stilton
Jonah-
can literally go up 20 feet exactly, so this is funny.
So you end up directly next to Etienne, who's halfway through this hatch.
He'll when he sees Stilton come up, he'll roll into the room. Just kind of like
It just looks like two wires are kind of like just pulling him up like he's on a pulley system.
Yeah. All right, we now have two people up there. Hey, let me out. You think it's fun being stuck in here?
We need a name.
Yeah, you could be a bad guy.
You could be a bad. You probably are a bad guy.
Well, we can be bad and leave you in there, or you can introduce yourself and we'll let you out.
I am a bad guy only every other Tuesday. And it is not that Tuesday.
Okay, I didn't know what day it is. What day is it? I've been in here for a while. Can you just, can we do the introductions face to face?
Okay. Oh, that would be more of a wisdom check than an intelligence check. But can Stilton make some sort of form of insight to see if this sounds like a child, like well-to-do child of sorts?
We say you don't need to roll it. It doesn't sound like a child to you in terms of vocabulary or the way that they're constructing their sentences. The voice is very high pitched, but not. You don't feel like it's high pitched because it's a child.
Stilton will take responsibility and open the chest.
Okay. It's a very simple, one of those eye hook kind of things. So it wasn't locked. It was just latched. So as you unlatch it, you open it, you see this very small pixie who immediately flies up and shakes herself off. And it's just okay, cool. You helped me. I'll help you. Bye. And heads out the window.
Yo, was that Shaylin? Yo, that would actually be nuts.
Inside of the chest that the pixie was formerly in, you do see several vials or bottles that are filled with some sort of potion, as well as a glowing rock and a little note.
There are potions in here and a note. And some rocks of some kind. Stilton is shouting that back down so everybody else is aware.
The note is written in Undercommon.
And of course I can't read the note. It's more undercommon. Honestly, what's wrong with traditional common?
Does anybody have a rope? I could tie it up to something and you all can climb up.
JD,
I will.
Go ahead.
I will. No, go ahead. You're told first.
Jada would just grab a rope from their backpack. All right, hold on a second. They're going to try to toss it up and see if NT can catch it.
Just gonna try and mage hand catch it.
With a mage hand, I'll say that if it takes a couple tries, you still get it done at some point. And so you get a rope up there.
He'll wiggle
can
to
I-
try and find some place to tie it around that looks sturdy.
Yeah.
If they don't get it up there the first time, I would really like for Jonah to lasso throw it up.
That is a absolutely dope visual, and I think it's 100%. Yeah, you can tie it around the foot of the bed. It seems like it would hold quite a bit of weight.
Drops it back down.
Yeah.
All right.
You guys climb up. Again, you find this dusty kind of bed. There's a chest of drawers. There's a side table. There's a small window here. And in the window, there is a telescope.
This is straight up observatory of some kind. Okay.
Jada will look through the telescope to see what's through it.
As you look through the telescope, it's not pointed up because what would there be to see? You're underground.
Mm-hmm.
It is pointed down, and there is a very small door on the far side of the wall. Very, very small.
I see a small door. It looks small because of the telescope, right? I'm presuming by the time we get there, perhaps look larger, or does it look like, oh no, this is like for like child size or something?
No, it looks smaller than child size. It looks like, what is this, a door made for ants kind of size.
Oh, wow.
The telescope is making it big enough to see. You would not probably have noticed it without having known it was there.
I guess that's what the potions are for.
Oh, well, there is a door here that's like for ant size. I'm not really sure what it's meant for.
Well, one of you read this note.
Just point.
I will read the note.
It says, Sylvie says everyone should stay put and wait for her signal. M and Sask should be kept up to date. And then below it, in a different handwriting, it says, Gally is in charge when Sylvie is away.
Does that mean anything to me?
It's a bunch of names.
This is absolutely worthless to me.
Well, what does it say?
A bunch of names, maybe some children playing make-believe in here. I'm not entirely sure, but nothing that seems important. And he will read it to the group.
That could mean many different things. It could be orders.
So we have a small door. We have, what else? Dust, a bed, but no child.
Some potions, some rocks.
Yeah, there was also a glowing rock.
Single. Can Stilton examine any of these?
Yeah, sure. Make an Arcana check.
Okay. Take my little +3. That's a 17.
You know, you think that if you swallow this potion, it would probably affect your size. And you think that this rock probably would undo whatever the potion's effects were if you were holding it.
And Stilton will say to the group, well, these potions seem to do something to affect one size, and this rock may be the thing needed to undo whatever's done by said potions.
Ah, so we drink the potion and go inside the tiny room.
If that's what you think, seems a bit risky, but it's the only thing we got.
Yeah, nowhere else to go, to be honest.
Cynthia, while all this is happening, what are you doing?
There we go.
Inspecting the lever without touching it.
Okay. Roll and roll in. I'll let you pick Arcana or Investigation.
Both of those are +0, so 15.
Oh, not bad. You're thinking about how Jonah said that there's something on the ground and there's a different magical signature that's above. And you don't spend your time around a lot of like magic tech kind of stuff, but this looks like some Arcano tech BS. Like you're thinking, you pull this lever, something's gonna happen, and it's gonna have to do with that magic. And the button is probably something that is also to do with the magic. Now, you don't know which one does which, but one of them probably does something to the ceiling, and one of them probably does something to the floor. Ooh, look at that picture.
Oh. Ooh.
I just finished it, but I have to turn on my camera for that.
I mean, I know what I'm thinking, but I don't know if that's what Cynthia's thinking.
Straight call.
Your totem animal's a goose, man. Like,
I think I'm bleeding Kellen a little bit, is the problem. I think she would probably look at that, shake her head like, I definitely shouldn't touch that, and then look back up for the others and wait for the rope.
Fair enough. All right, up in the top, I imagine you're gathering your potions and heading back down since there's nothing else to see up in this room.
We'll do so. Stilton will do that.
Yes.
You can just float right on back down. Don't even need the rope.
In a wonderful bit of, like, synchronicity for the universe, there's just enough potions for each of you.
Yay.
Yay. It's like it was written that way.
Awfully convenient.
Yeah.
Cynthia, did you get the memo, Cynthia?
Which memo?
We found some potions in a rock that apparently alter one's size.
There's a door over to the corner that's super small. So if these potions should allow us to shrink and go inside the door.
Yep. Where your little rat friends go to, probably.
Well, the rats don't come down here to begin with, so that seems unlikely. But, we already went through one conspicuously dangerous tunnel. Why not a door?
2 for 2. And Jada would just chug it.
The bit of...
Jaden?
Yeah.
Do you mind if I borrow a little bit of that?
The potion?
No, the whiskey.
There's a huge smile on their face as they flash over the whiskey like, bon appetit.
All right, let's see if he can handle whiskey. That you know that trick that people do where you like lightly breathe it out so that you don't feel the bite too much? She instinctively does that to avoid like spitting it back out. That was strong. Thank you.
Liquid courage. The best of us. You're welcome. They'll take it back and then chug the potion.
All of you watch as in the middle of this room, Jaden goes from being, how tall were you?
6'1".
From going from 6'1" to about 2 inches tall.
I'm not sure if you can hear me, but please don't step with me.
Jonah instinctively steps back just in case.
I drink it.
In the middle of the room, there are now 2 people who are 2 inches tall.
Stilton won't, just in case.
Cynthia's gonna take it, and while looking over at the goose, like, please shrink, please shrink, please shrink, please shrink.
Jonah will also take it.
Yes! Absolutely yes! Tiny goose for the win.
Excellent.
Is anyone not drinking this potion?
Stilton.
Stilton, as everyone else around you shrinks to about 2 inches, you have a flash of like wisdom / intelligence / all of the above. And you go, probably it would be a long walk from here to there at 2 inches tall.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe we just kind of carry the rest of them for the 60 feet it's going to take to get to that door before you drink that potion.
Yeah, Stilton does so.
1,200 feet. 1,200 feet. It's like half a mile.
This was a huge oversight.
Honestly, everyone, didn't you think to arrive at the location before you drink the potion?
That's why we have you around, Stilton.
It is very obvious we did not.
As much as I just
such
have,
hubris. I meant that's the tallest one in the group.
all Munchkin voice. I absolutely love it. Stilton grabs you all, puts you in like a little spare thing of cloth or a basket or whatever, gets you over to the door where, hey, turns out you're exactly the right size to look at this door. Stilton, you also think, hey, with that rock, you probably ought to set it aside so that you can drink it, and then when you come in and out of the store, you can go to the rock and touch it and become your full size. If you're holding it and you drink it, it might cancel it out, and that'd be weird.
Yep, Stilton puts it down next to the door.
Yeah, you pop it. You're all the correct size for the store. As you're looking for the store, it is weird. It's interesting. There is a tiny door, except for you guys, it's about the right size. It's this weird, shimmering purple, almost liquid, almost gaseous. There's no door. It's more of a portal. And on the outside, there's this constantly moving, like grains of light. It almost looks like sand that is falling from the top and going towards the bottom of the door.
Interesting visual.
Thank you.
Stilton will examine the door if he can. Or if you want us to speed through it, go ahead. Go for it.
No, you absolutely can examine it. I was just wondering if, Jonah, your detect magic's probably out by now, right?
It only lasts 10 minutes, so probably, yeah.
All right. You examine the door. It does appear to lead somewhere. Do something.
Okay. Well, I suppose I'll go first then. And Stilton will stick his hand through. See, looking for any feeling, anything like that. Does it feel unusual?
It feels
climate on the other side.
Yeah, you do. You feel like you're in a room that is a little bit chilly on the inside. It's a little bit warmer.
Okay. Warmer on the other side. Seems to be a bit warmer on the other side. And then Stilton will try to cautiously step through, being as stealthy as he can, not knowing what's on the other side.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, map changing. Jada, of course, will follow suit. Stealthy as well.
Jonah's gonna follow right after both of them. Although he wears chainmail armor. He's not stealthy with it.
I know that feeling.
Clanking the whole way.
Merry Christmas to
I'm
everyone.
still bright. I'm still
Golly.
bright like a diamond, so I just roll through.
Yep.
Bright like a diamond.
As everyone walks into this room, you end up on the southeast edge of this map. This little tunnel here is coming from the portal that you're going into. I didn't make new tokens for your characters, so if you just want to use your normal characters so that you can track where you are, you can track yourselves.
I mean, sure, but so far I'm seeing a black screen.
Yeah, we just see a black screen right now.
Well, that's no fun. Oh, it's because you don't have tokens. That's why. Let me see if I can just grab you some tokens real quick.
I mean, okay.
See what happens.
If you put them down, still seeing a black screen.
Same. Probably need to add light to them.
I have light in the room. Indeed. Indeed.
Technical difficulties.
Hey, we recording. We can start and stop.
That's true. Oh, I don't have one for Ori. All right, I'll give you the big one.
I think the gods have chosen that we do not get ambushed. That's what I think.
You want us to log out and log back in?
Give me a second. Maybe your token's vision isn't on yet, so give me a second.
Oh, okay.
Castile, you have dark vision, right?
Yeah.
60 feet.
Mm-hmm.
Can you see
All
now?
the cool races have dark vision. No, not so many.
Are you sure? Are you sure that you're sure? Oh, it's because I don't have you as controlled. Hold on. I didn't realize I was going to have to do a whole thing to get you guys on this map. One more.
Roll 20.
Roll 20.
You thought this was drag and drop?
Yeah. That's why I avoid dynamic lighting like the plague. And I was like, it is complicated. I just stick with just maps. Maps and tokens and turn orders. That's pretty much it.
Oh.
I mean, it's not that bad. It's just that I didn't realize I'd have to set up all your visions. So you would just
I see something.
Yeah.
I see something.
Stilton, you have dark vision, right?
60 feet.
I think everyone here would.
Anyone not have dark vision? So I can just do it all at once.
Oh, there we go. Ooh,
Yeah,
nice
we
map,
see.
Aaron.
Yeah, there we go.
Everyone got dark vision. Cool.
Well, dang, who that right next to the, the portal door?
Oh.
Yo, there's a whole campsite and everything. Okay.
On his weapon.
I mean, I did a bunch of stuff, you know.
Bim is Archer's worst nightmare.
No, it's not. I think of him 0 times.
Bim lives in Archer's head rent free.
Not even a good professor.
hey, I take offense at that.
Them kept
Okay.
us alive. But okay.
Please see if you can now see your character
Yep, and I can control it.
and
Wait.
you can control it.
Wait.
Yeah.
That's
Yep,
weird.
seeing it in control.
I don't
I'm controlling Otis and Miles for some reason.
I don't see
There we
my
go.
token on here.
I have you as Ben right now because I don't have a token
Oh,
for
okay.
you.
Okay, that works.
It disappeared. I'll
It's
find
okay.
it here in a bit.
Oh, that's a bit of lag, but okay.
You make it do.
Make
It do what it do.
All right.
Okay, hold on. Now everyone should be controlling their own characters, right?
Yes.
All right, I'm gonna move you out back just a little bit because
No
you
problem.
just stepped through this little portal here. I'm not sure who went first.
Oh.
Stilton did.
Jeez.
Stilton went
I gotta
first,
get back
followed
in
by Jaden.
Gonna fudge some of the.
And the two of us are in stealth mode.
Jonah followed right after them and is not in stealth mode.
Etienne went with the stealthy boys.
I think that's roughly where everyone should be.
Okay.
Okay, so as you can see, it opens up into a big cavern in front of you. There are these massive tree roots. Like, I don't know if any of you have ever been to Cambodia where I live, but in Angkor Wat, there's Ta Prohm, and there's these massive tree roots that grow over, like, the ruins of temples and stuff. It's like that, but underground. Yeah, so all of these, like, little gray areas you see around the corner, those are all these large tree roots. And also there's this buried temple up at the top that is half covered with roots and dirt. You see there's campfire here and a campfire here where these tents are. There's a couple of buildings on the right-hand side and a couple more buildings on the left-hand side.
Ooh, okay.
And that is what you see. Hopefully all of you can actually see the map.
And we
All right.
do see the people, or no?
Yes. So these people here are asleep. The people closest to you are asleep. For those of you whose dark vision goes to 60 feet, that's like here, right? So you can see some people around the campfire in both of these campfires. And I think that's the majority of what you can see right now.
And no side of the kid at the moment, right?
You do not see the kid now.
Okay.
These people all appear to be Drow and Durgar. As far as you can kind of tell, they're adapted for living. The campfires that are lit here seemed their primarily purpose is food. And then the temple is glowing all sorts of these crazy purple torches that might be something magic-y or something.
All right.
So I'm going to say for the first group that went in all stealthy, you have arrived and no one has noticed you're here. You have about half a second before that changes.
Yeah.
Stilton is going to gesture to them that he wishes to sneak ahead toward the camp and just sneak past the sleeping people.
Yep. Pretty much. Stealthy folks with the stealth.
Okay,
When
so
that chainmail comes through, I come blown.
because you went forward first, I'm going to say move your movement.
Okay. That'd be 40 feet. So just move. We don't have to roll stealth?
You're going to roll it after you get where you're going.
Okay.
Because I want to see, like, how many people could conceivably hear or see. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know which direction you're going.
Okay.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Okay. There we go.
25. 30. Okay. Let me double check.
All right, I do that all the time. I have the ruler set, and then I try to move myself, and I'm like, why would it move? Because of the ruler.
I was like, I just need to
All
think.
the time. Yeah.
30. Yep. Okay.
Okay. You're kind of out in the open where it is, but you have a chance to roll stealth here to see if you attract attention. So
Hey.
the three of you can go ahead and roll your stealth.
I got advantage on mine.
All right, I'll take that. 15 plus 11, 25.
28.
That is 22.
Ridiculous. You guys are literally in the middle of nowhere in a dark cave where there are light sources all around and plenty of people that you can see. And you get to this point and you're like, no one has spotted us yet. Man, we're good. Man, we're good.
Rose got a rose.
And then Argus comes out. I'm sorry, not Argus.
Showing it.
Not the arrow line. Not like this.
Why y'all always trying to blame me? Y'all always trying to blame me. I'm not even here. I don't appreciate this.
Hasn't worked for me.
Hey, Cecile, what's your color? What's your holy
Blue, like-
light color? Blue?
I just. Oh yeah, sure. I guess why not blue? I don't know.
Why not blue?
Whatever
Why not blue?
radiant that light looks like. We'll go with blue. Sure.
Well, I can't see the light, but I tried to make it happen. Oh yeah, no, you can see it. Cool. All right, you guys come through the portal. At severe disadvantage towards any stealthery due to that light. What are you gonna do?
I mean, do I see that there's a lot of people in here?
I mean, you see what you see from your perspective.
I'm gonna put the sword in the sheath,
Okay.
and then I will stealth.
The light goes away.
Well,
Being covered.
Jonah is just gonna strut his stuff up.
All right.
He's just gonna walk because he has no way. He knows that he cannot stealth it up there. He's
All
not
right.
gonna try.
Cynthia?
I'm just like 15, 20 feet behind Cecile right now.
Okay, so still go ahead and move yourself, please. Okay. As the second group is not, well, I guess, so still you're doing stealth, right? Go ahead and roll it for me.
All right, like
I'm stealthing as
24.
well.
Okay.
23.
24.
Man, you know what, Jonah? You apparently don't need to stealth. Because every other person in your party is a ghost that walks among mortals. The lowest number amongst you was a 22.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous.
Y'all want to see what Jonah could get? I can roll it.
Actually, I do. Will you roll it for me, please?
Okay. Let's see what this poor baby
The life
about
of
to
a
roll.
Yep, the life of a tank.
All right, let's get over here. He has a +1, but this is a disadvantage. So.
Well, trust me, I know exactly what you mean.
Oh, there's another D20. There it is. All right, here we go. Oh, one of them fell. I can't read that one. Where's that D20?
Rest in peace, Mary Pink.
So the first one rolled a nat 20.
Wow.
The second one rolled a 2.
That would have been so sad.
Wow.
Can I help Jonah be stealthy so they can get the first roll?
Nope. He knows himself.
As a group, you have passed this stealth. Each of you is like very, very aware of where Jonah is and what Jonah is doing. Like real aware, and you're like, how has no one noticed yet? Like, what is going on? So for you to see it. So you've got two people who are sleeping directly next to you. They are Durgar, who look very hale and hearty and could probably pack a punch. You see there are two people over here at this campsite. They look medium beefy. You see currently 3 people over here. One of them looks very tinky. And then I'm not sure what you can see from there. Yeah. You can see illuminated in the glow of like this temple. There is these buildings over here, but here in the very top is a constructed wooden structure that doesn't appear like the other buildings. And on top there are 2 archers.
They ain't playing.
Who looks terrifying.
They are not playing.
Jade is going to sue with the archers. That's where the kids is located at. So they're going to try to make their way towards that direction.
Okay. Like I said, so far, no one has spotted you. So we're not an initiative. As a group, go ahead and decide where you're going to move.
Stilton will try to creep into the camp behind the closest tent to see if he can listen in and get some bearing on the situation.
Okay.
I would like Sastil is going to smoothly go over here to these 2 sleeping people, and whichever one looks stronger, I will take the manacles I have in my bag out, and I will attempt to put them onto this person.
Ooh. They both look pretty even in strength. They look like they're probably sparring partners and like gym buddies. You know what I mean? Like they work out together. You pick one, it's about the same as the other.
They are just friends who have lived together as just friends, according to the novels. Sure. Then whichever one is probably easier to put the manacles on, I guess.
All right, make a sleight of hand check if you're trying to do it quietly.
I believe that is sleight of hand 17.
Not bad. So I'm going to say the one on the right here, I'll give you a little color so you can see it. Is there anything that looks like a... No, they all just look like death. I'll give him a little red thing. Can you see the little red dot? That means that he's currently manacled. Stilton, you stealth your way over there. No one appears to have noticed you yet, and you hear a bunch of conversation.
Okay. What can Stilton pick up on? Anything in common or goblin?
Nope. It's all in undercommon.
I think we all know the superior language today.
You can pick up that they're being very differential towards this person. The other 2... that person in particular looks like a threat, if you're going to make a threat assessment. And also looks to be higher in kind of the hierarchy.
The one furthest away from Stilton? Or the 2... One,
no,
okay,
the
one up top.
Yeah.
Okay.
One furthest away looks like the least beefy to you. Jaden, is that as far as you are moving?
Yeah, that's
as far as you can move?
Yeah, as far as I can move.
Okay, make a perception check.
All right. Ooh, okay. There we go. 16 plus 2. Yep. 18. Oh, no. Actually, I'm proficient in perception. Why am I'm missing? 21.
Hey, wait. All right, I can't even talk. I didn't know Otis was proficient with Arcana for like the longest.
So the two guards that are up on top of this seem to be taking it pretty chill right now. Like they're not expecting anyone to be here that shouldn't be here. You do hear what sounds to be like whimpering and crying from inside this little constructed structure. You also do hear some conversation from the building next to it.
So, if possible, Jada would like to use his invisible mage hand to go towards that area and lockpick the lock from where they're at.
I think you could summon Mage Hand.
Mm-hmm.
I think to use it to unpick the lock, it might take one more turn.
Oh, okay. It's a bonus action.
Yeah, it's a bonus action to summon it, but I'm not sure that. I'm not sure. Like, Mage Hand's always a little bit on the.
You said you could use the bonus action granted by your cunning action to control the hand. Because I'm an arcane trickster, so I have a bit different from a standard mage hand. So you.
Oh, I see what you mean. You're using cunning actions. Yeah, with cunning action, you definitely can do that. Okay, so that'll start working that. Go ahead and roll me a sleight of hand check with your Mage Hand.
Perfect. All right, plus 11 there and 11. So that's a 22.
Nice.
Very nice. Yeah, I mean it was a lock meant to keep someone inside. It wasn't necessarily a lock meant to keep you out. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So your mage hand did some stuff, and you hear a small little like, Etienne, Cynthia, and Jonah.
He's gonna sneak with Jaden because they're looking for a kid.
Mm-hmm.
Fair enough.
Mm-hmm.
Cynthia and Jonah?
Jonah. He's just gonna keep walking. Not so quietly. It's gonna go up to Cecile, like, so what's the plan right now? You want me to take that one, or like points to the other guy?
What's the steal?
Yes, to Cecile.
Oh, he's a miss.
Sorry about that.
He was a miss.
Yeah, sorry about that. He will quietly nod and like that one. I don't know the physical signs for get that person, but Cecile knows. Cecile knows.
All right. I mean, I'm gonna guess that's a grappling strength check. I don't have manacles, but I have rope. Can I hog tie this man?
Oh my goodness, I would like to help.
You absolutely can. The real question is, can you do it without waking him up?
Probably not.
Probably not. So I would like to recommend that Cecile's help action is like a gag. So that when this guy wakes up, he doesn't alert everybody else around.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. Accurate.
I'm gonna call it like you're proficient with a rope. I know that in my soul that you're proficient with like a lasso.
Oh, he has a whip. He has a whip.
I mean, let's call it an attack roll.
Okay. Call it an attack roll. Let's see.
What modifier is rope?
Yeah, what modifier am I using here? Just the strength, or
you have a whip?
I have a whip. Yes.
Use your whip stats.
Okay. So that's going to be a 16 to hit.
16 is not bad. Let me look. 16 is what you needed. Yeah, so Cecile very quickly, stuffs the handkerchiefs in this dude's mouth as he wakes up as this happens, but you very, very quickly nut him up. You
I'll
have
wrestle
now,
him up, hog tie him.
yeah. As a bonus, I'm going to say you also gag the other guy, just because this will also wolf him out for funsies. Cynthia, I think you're the only person who hasn't gone yet.
I think I'm gonna just chill here for a bit.
You want to hold any readied actions?
Yeah, she has a longbow, so she would have the longbow out in case fighting starts to shoot at something.
Okay.
It's like a weird combo where I'm balancing like I can't see very well unless I have steel, but yeah. Bow out, prepared action to shoot if fighting starts.
Yeah. Awesome. Excellent. Where do you want your goose?
Well, right by
That's
me.
the question for the day.
Yeah. Where do you want your goose?
It's right by me right now.
Let me see if I got a goose that I can give you. Because that goose is important to me.
The goose is important to me too.
We got the gray goose for real.
As it should be, right?
I don't think it's gray, is it? What color would it be, Aaron?
It's up to you.
What kind of goose is it?
Well, we had discussions about where Cynthia comes from. So, what colors would be important to that person?
Oh man, that's a good question.
It is to be determined next time.
It is to be determined next time.
Ooh, there's a next time. Okay.
That's what we got for goose shapes like things right now. It's because that's all I got on me.
I'm with it.
You know, every time I go to find your name on the list, I get more confused on roll 20. All right. Okay, so you're holding that action. The goose is holding, I imagine, also its action.
It will dodge because it needs to be commanded with a bonus action in order to do.
Beautiful. So far, we have 2 subdued, sleeping, tanky-looking Duragar.
So
and lots of sneaking.
yes. So Jade is going to use, now that the cage is open, Jade is going to use Mage Hand to open up the cage door for their bonus action. And with their action, they're going to use telekinetic movement to pull the kid 30 feet towards their direction. Because you can move an object or a creature with your mind. As an action, you can target one loose creature that is large or smaller, or one willy creature other than yourself. If you see the target as within 30 feet, you can move it up to 30 feet to an object, an unoccupied spot you can see. So I would like to pull the kid pretty much towards me.
What if they're not willing? Do they have to make a save?
No, if they're not willing, I can't pull it because there's no option for not willing.
I'm just trying to decide, like, what would you do if you were a child that was just like yoinked?
Scream, probably.
Well, I would hope
Scream, probably. This child gets yoinked 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, and is screaming the entire way. Everyone up in this place now knows that something is going on. You see a lot of shuffling.
I'm so sorry.
Everyone,
I work with
please
kids, man. I know how they
go
work.
ahead and roll initiative.
The kid would
Okay,
absolutely scream.
I would scream if I was suddenly being yanked up by invisible.
I mean,
magical
to be fair,
forces.
I would also be I'd be screaming for sure. So, like,
Yo, why is my
The kid
initiative
just, like,
always
got
low?
kidnapped too, so like he's probably thinking that somebody else is coming to snatch him. Oh,
Oh my gosh. My initiative is always low.
oh.
Stilton rolled a 10. The 6 plus
Right.
4.
got a 21.
The 13.
I
But
got an 11, so you're all right.
Please just pop it into the initiative thingy.
There's so many people.
It's not even
Dungeon Master, why?
I was getting around to eliminating.
Cave. There's a lot. People in this cave.
Number not allowing me to type in.
Oh man, I
I
pre-rolled all the initiative though because I was like, we're not going to do all this. Mm-mm.
That's smart, actually.
I don't know if anybody else can see the aura, but I do have an aura on me
Nice.
all the time. I think, Aaron, you might be able to see it.
I can see you, yes.
Okay.
I take it none of these people are undead.
None of them are undead.
Not even a little bit. Just a little bit of undead.
You
Not
can
even
make them
a little bit.
undead.
I mean, you could technically make them at least dead, if not undead.
Mm-hmm.
Man, that was the perfect setup for something. Oh,
So close,
Boy,
yeah,
cunt.
true. I mean, it makes perfect sense. I was thinking to myself, like, well, if I try to sneak up to them and be like, hey, kid, I'm about to get you out, they probably was going to scream. So I was like, oh, if they teleport, they would. Oh, but no, that
They teleport and pull them by
Well,
a
it's
magic
gonna make it worse,
hand.
big
yeah, that made it worse. That made it worse.
Do you have telepathy? You don't.
I have
That's it?
Oh no, sadly,
You don't have telepathy?
Side Warriors don't get that. Sadly, they
Yeah,
had it. They
no,
had
they
it in
don't
the
get it.
UA. They had it in the UA, but they don't have it here.
could have picked it as a feat.
Yeah, you can get it as a feat, but
Yeah, but
naturally they do not.
yeah, they used to.
I gave the child an initiative. I probably shouldn't have.
Oh,
Child has an initiative of 0.
I picked the wrong time to not been with you. I could have put sanctuary on this baby. This is trash.
All right, did everyone get theirs in? I think.
Yes.
Oh, I'm missing Otis.
Oh yeah, 10. So do I have to type it in
That's
manually?
fine. I got it in for you.
Thank you.
No problem. Okay, Cynthia, you had a held action with your longbow. I would say this definitely triggers it. Who do you want to attack?
That one, I think.
Awesome. Cool. Go ahead and attack.
And I always forget, when you hold an attack, you only get one of your attacks, right?
So when you hold an attack, you use your... Correct. No. No. Sorry. It is your attack action that you held. So if you get 2 attacks during your attack action, you can take both.
Do a 20 and a 24 hit.
Both hit.
So 7 and 18 damage. Cynthia pulls back 2 arrows at once and just sets them loose right at that same
Nice.
Sorry, how much damage was that total? 15?
guy. 15.
Beautiful. That's a solid hit on somebody who looks pretty well structured to take a solid hit, unfortunately. But very good damage. Now that... Yes?
I was just going to say, so it goes. You're good.
Now that that's over, Etienne, you are the first one up.
I want to try and get to the archers.
Physically getting there?
Physically getting there.
By how many feet of movement do you have?
35.
With 35, you can. If you had 30, the answer was no. With 35, you can get right between them if you want.
So that's my movement. Am I... this one up close, I'm going to hit it with my sword. My short sword.
Sorry, which one are you aiming for? The one on the
This
right
one.
or the left?
The right.
This one.
Yes.
Okie doke. Please attack.
Yeah. It's a 24.
24 definitely hits.
That's 7, and since I have green flame blade, can I add that to it?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yeah, you'd be able to hit both, I think, right? Because they're 5 feet next to you, right? Or...
I don't know if it's 5 feet between the people you're talking, or if it's 5 feet between you.
Gotcha.
I think it's 5 feet from the next, but I'm not sure. I haven't been able to look it up.
Brandish a weapon against spells casting. Make attack against one creature within 5 feet of you. On an attack, the target suffers the weapon's attack's normal effects, and you can cause the green fire to leap from the target to a different creature of your choice that you can see within 5 feet of it.
Of it. Oh, okay.
Of it. Okay.
Yeah. So it's 7.
So how much damage total?
It was 7 with the short sword and 6 with the green flame.
Dead. Excellent. Anything else for your turn?
Nope. Panic. That's all it.
Yeah. All right. The guy that you just attacked with the longbow is going to begin to move. Moves here. Moves here. Moves here. And sees all the rest of you.
Yep.
Oh, there goes stealth.
Low initiative, my old friend.
Gonna turn and face off with Stilton.
Mm-hmm.
Stilton.
Yeah, about that. It is Stilton's turn, right?
No.
Oh, curses. There's another one. Cool.
Man, garbage rolls for these attacks. I made 2 attacks at you.
All right. Am I hitting?
It's +7. One of them was a 19. I think that will hit. The other one was 13, so that one will miss.
Mm-hmm.
You take 7 piercing damage and 10 poison damage.
Oh my god. Aaron, why?
Sorry, my dude.
Ouch.
Sorry, my dude.
Can't do nothing.
It's not Jaden's turn.
Wait, I can use a reaction to use Protective Field. When you or another creature you can see within 30 feet of you takes damage, you can use your reaction to expend 1 psionic die, roll the die, and reduce the damage taken by the number rolled plus your intelligence modifier. Oh, 5, 10, 15. Yeah, you can do it? Okay, you're supposed to. Okay, I wanted to go ahead and do that to try to reduce some of the damage a bit.
Oh, thank you.
Warrior. It's my favorite ability with them.
Oh, okay. So that's 3 plus 3. So you subtract 6 damage total for what you just took.
Thank you very much.
Oh,
Very nice. Very, very, very nice. Speaking of, Jaden, it's your turn.
So Jada is going to look towards the kid and say, run to those individuals over there. They'll point to Jonah and Sastil. And then from there, they're going to use their action to bring out their radiant soul as white wings spread from their back. And from there, they're going to use action surge so they can be able to take another action, fly over 30 feet, 5, 10, 15, 20. Or if I can move over there, or...
If you're flying, you can.
Yeah, there we go. To this location, and then they're going to green flame blade this dude. And let's see. Oh, that's a 15 on the die, so that would definitely hit. That'd be a 23. All right, 1d6 plus the sneak attack plus the d8 plus the 6. All right, okay, nice. 14, 7, 21 plus 6. 27 points of damage.
27.
Mm-hmm.
Not bad.
That's it for me.
It's a decent amount of damage. This particular person turns and scowls at you and looks more enraged than hurt.
All right.
Cynthia. You are the mute.
I'm going to take a shot as well as commanding my goose to attack this person. That is an 18 and a 12 to hit. Do either of those hit this individual?
The 18 just hits.
Okay. So 7 damage from that arrow. And unfortunately, the goose gets a natural 1.
Oh no!
Our little goose. No.
It can generally fly by attack and stay in the air, so if you would like a suggestion, it probably overshoots the attack and dives into the ground.
It ends up, yeah, I think that's a great, like, it ends up just kind of like in this tent, like doing like flaily motions as it can't really perch on the tent because of the soft material. Anything else for you? Cestiel?
I'm going to cross the distance here. That's 30 feet. We'll pull out my rapier so the blue light comes back. Then I will stab him. And I will activate my blood curse of the marked. So, to hit him, I rolled a 23.
It's.
And then it will take... let me roll the actual damage. So 1d8 plus 7, 11... plus a 2d6 from radiant damage from my special feature, my blood right thing. So another 6 points of damage for 17 total, and then I will do it all over again.
Do it again.
Oh, it's a 13. I don't think a 13 will hit, right?
13 does
Oh,
not.
do I get advantage because of the geese just flying by it? You know, is that a distraction? I feel like that's pretty distracting. The goose just dive at you out of nowhere.
If you walked right here, you have advantage for flanking.
Right. Where? Right here. Oh, okay, sure. It's the 30 feet, right?
Yep.
Okay, then I just roll one more time. $19 to hit.
19 hits.
And this one for... Oh, I'll do another 2d6. 7 that time, so a total of 18 damage. And then, what was the other part? If he attacks someone else, I believe there's something bad that happens to him. Let me just double check. No, okay, now he just takes the damage.
Okay,
and then I will
cool.
brand of castigation on him.
Ooh, what does that do?
Basically, I always know the direction to him, and if he attacks another creature, if he deals damage to me or another creature that I can see within 5 feet of me, the creature takes 4 psychic damage, and it can be dispelled with Dispel Magic.
Ooh.
Yeah, it's treated as a level 3 spell for that. And then I'm done.
Next up is this guy's turn. He's seeing what's going on and seems to step back and away from the fighting. Kind of taking the lay of the land, figuring out what side does he want to be on. It is now the archer that's in between the two of you guys' turn. And he turns and he looks at Etienne. He goes, "What do you want?"
Just here for the kid.
The kid and you leave?
Yeah.
Turns and looks over his shoulder at Jaden. The kid and you leave?
Yep, you would have to hear from us again.
And he will hold his action instead of attacking this round. waiting to see if you will follow that promise.
All right.
Jonah, it's your turn. There's a very scared, crying child who is looking up at you like...
Y'all have put Jonah in a predicament.
Oh, Jay did it on purpose. Like, who's the best person who can handle kids? Oh, probably Jonah.
Well, he's also y'all's tank. So.
That's true.
I am a tank.
Tanks are important.
Jonah doesn't speak Undercommon, right?
No, he does not.
So you hear this child a whole bunch of...
You see, I want you see that nice lady over there? Points directly at Cynthia. I need you to go over there with her. You understand?
Does not appear to understand you in the slightest.
Oh no. Like, stay here. He's just gonna move a little bit to see if this kid is actually just gonna follow him first.
Straight up does.
Okay.
Hey, leave. Leaving is an option.
You hear the muffled gags of these two guys over there, like,
all right.
They are insulting your mother.
Oh. Well, for them, I didn't know my mother, so.
Well, dang.
That's 10. I will lead the kid back here. Back where we first entered. Just so he's by the door.
That door is still purple and glowing.
Gotcha. Dang it. This kid.
I do like the image of like Jonah just being like, I don't know what I did to get this darn
I don't know what I did right there. He will. Wait, you know what? I think there actually is a spell that he can cast.
Run out of time.
Range. Everybody cast Moonbeam.
Ooh, where are you casting that?
I'm going to cast it. I'm gonna center it here on this campfire. It's 120 feet.
Can you see that place from there? I don't think you can.
Which campfire is quote unquote
With
this campfire?
Rocky outcome, I think you can see it.
Oh, then I'll center it on the other one. On this one.
Okay.
What's the radius for that?
It is 5 foot radius, 40 feet high cylinder.
Alright, so he catches one guy at it.
Alright, so he has to make a con save.
Fails.
Fails, he had to be the 14.
Foot radius is also going to hit these dudes and that dude.
No, that's 40 up. It's 5 foot radius.
Oh, I misheard.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Oh, man, that's a nuke.
So if he failed, he is going to be taking 9, 12 radiant.
Ooh, big damage. This guy looks singed and not happy, especially because it's radiant damage.
Gotcha. All right, and
Yo, they tank that? Ooh, wait.
That's Jonah right now, but the moonbeam is still up.
Correct. I can put a little thing there in just a second. Stilton, you're up.
This barrier next to Stilton, how high is it?
What barrier?
Is this just like open ground, like this space within 5 feet of him on his right?
There's like a slope, but it's not like a real slope. You know what I mean? Like you can't get cover.
Oh, sweet. Okay. As a goblin, Stilton will disengage as a bonus action. And Stilton will move toward the exit.
Awesome.
5. So that's 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. To kind of cover everybody's back. And Stilton will use his action for 2 attacks on the one who just attacked him. Free action. You ruined my suit. To say that. So Stilton will take 2 ranged attacks with his cufflinks. Engage the sharpshooter penalty on those shots.
Mm-hmm.
And hopefully on the shot that hits, he can invoke something else, but we shall see. So rolling attacks. That is, well, 1 definitely hits. 1 definitely misses. Let me see. That's +4. So that's a 19 to hit for 1 and a 12 to hit for the other.
Mm-hmm.
So 1 hits. Survey says.
Yes, it hits.
Oh, okay. Okay, I didn't hear you. All right, rolling damage. And he'll also add Fury of the Small to it. So that's
nice.
An extra 6 damage on top of that.
Yeah, it is.
So, and that is an additional 10 damage because of the sharpshooter penalty. So that is base 16 plus 4 plus another 4 because he's attacking with his dexterity. 24 damage. 24 lightning damage.
That one falls. You know, it took quite a few hits, but that one falls. The other drow that are here at this campfire make like they're going to rush and attack, and the one that's up next to Etienne and Jaden calls out and says, well, in undercommon, only Sastiel knows, says, no, let them leave. And you hear a lot of grumbling, like, why does Gally get to say that we gotta let them leave? Like, there's a bunch of grumbling about it, but they let you go on. If you are all leaving, mm-hmm. they will not try to stop you.
Sweet.
All right. Yeah, we're head out.
Yeah.
Came here for the kid.
John will bring back that moonbeam if they let him leave, so.
Does this look like it's obviously ending the world magic here? I just wondered.
You mean on the temple?
Yeah, like this isn't like video game level, like this is clearly the ritual to summon darkness from the beyond or something.
It looks more like it's a buried temple that they're trying to restore functionality to, but it's not progressed very far.
Plausible deniability.
Yeah. On your way out, you do notice that there are 2 more people here in the normal area. Here on the map, a taller human woman and then a shorter dwarven woman. Both of them look like they're just kind of like watching what's happening. It's interesting. They don't look like they're from Dolendorn below, but they're just kind of keeping an eye out to see. Like, they didn't interfere. You think they might have helped you out if it had lasted a little bit longer. But all of you head towards the door, mm-hmm. and through the door, and out the door.
Yep.
Jonah will pick up the kid and scoop him up and just carry him.
And touch the rock and become your normal size.
Oh, yeah.
And head up
Stilton
the
is
stairs.
taking the rock with him. Stilton is taking the rock with him so they can't get big and come after.
Absolutely, take the rock with you. You go up the stairs. The tower does the weird perspective shift thing again where it looks small again. You go through the very creepy dark passage. You go outside, back into the thoroughfare of everything. And it's just so bizarre. Everything that you just saw, it doesn't fit with the rest of the world that you're from. You have successfully rescued a child, gotten a few weird pieces of knowledge about stuff that might be going on in the background. And maybe we'll see this adventuring party pick this up at some point in the future. For now, job well done. If you kept playing this, man, the experience points you would receive. But I guess you'll have to just settle on the fact that next week you get to go back to being Rivenwood Academy again. But thank you. Thank you for playing my one-shot. Guys,
It was
I
fun.
hope you had a lot of fun.
It was a lot of fun. It was so much fun. We hope you enjoyed this session. Again, if you like what you see here, make sure to join our Discord. You should see it in the description section below. As I mentioned, we'll be going back to our normal cast of magical students in next episode. So we'll see you then. But until then, farewell for now.